How y'all doing this fine morning, night, afternoon, fucking all of the above? Who the fuck knows? Zaza, how's it going, man? How you doing? I know, Justin. What the fuck? God, he's really trying to start some shit, bro. Pushkar, how's it going, man? How you doing? Not much. 12 hours of grinding to build a new character. Is it obvious that I will do anything to kill time? Yes, clearly. Aw, Zaza. Thank you, buddy. Love you. Yeah, I don't expect all of you to do what Ramiro's doing, which is probably listening to the mad fucking ravings because he's listening to both of us at the same time. Whew. Oh, hell yeah. I'm having the Ramiro experience. It's clearly a sabotage. He's just planning to stream in 7 hours. I know. What the fuck? He was planning on streaming in like 3 hours, which I calculated for. I was like, okay, we will work that out, okay? I was like, no problem. You know what? We'll do a little bit of a shorter stream. We'll run through stuff a little bit quicker. No problem. And then he just goes live. This fucking guy. God, he went from like, okay, I'm gonna stream in like 5 hours. I was like, great, no problem. We'll do a 3-hour stream. Gives you guys some time in between. He goes, we're gonna do a 3-hour stream. I'm like, okay. We're gonna have to rush some stuff, but like we'll end on time so you guys can get. Goes live right now. What am I supposed to do with this? This is cheating. Someone talk to him. Referee, what the fuck? Oh, by the way, Username sent me these. I thought they were fucking amazing, dude. Holy shite. I'm sure you guys have seen. Look at this. Dwayne Dantis. This looks so good. What the fuck? Luvian, how's it going, man? This looks so fucking good. Holy shit. Am I crazy? I think this looks adorable. Wait, aren't you guys doing the talk today? No. We were doing the talk tomorrow. Although now that you mention it, if Easy is free, we might be able to do it today. We can talk about it. I mean, I'm free to just do it. Check the artwork channel I sent for the latest stream since you already got Discord open. Oh, sounds good, Milosh. I'll check that out. Look at this. This looks so fucking cool. Gearman. This looks too nice for Gearman. He wouldn't be smiling. He's out of his fucking mind. He's you know, he's not smiling. It was for Friday. Yeah. It's scheduled for Friday, but if Easy wants to, I think I should just be able to do today too if he's up for it. If only those figurines weren't a gacha. Have you ever played Codenames? Yes, I have, Pushkar. Right. So right after the Donghua drops? No. It'll be before. The Donghua drops in like 34 hours, give or take. I think. We are on the other hand going live in like, or sorry, we would be having a conversation in like 29 hours. Yesterday, Easy said he would talk with you tomorrow. Okay, I will message him. Okay, I'll send him a quick message then. But today better for me. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Nagato. Tell me, what is my mod title you gave? I don't know. I haven't thought about everyone's Nightwalker. We'll have to think about it. If someone has an idea, I don't know what I have for Nightwalker. Okay, we have Lord Baelish, the Blasphemer, Klein Moretti. This looks so cute. We even have the bread and the brown disgusting beer. I mean, probably not disgusting. By the end, he was making some okay-ish money for him. This is pretty good. And Zhou Mingru, of course. Look at him. Look at him, the fucking tech nerd. This fucking tech nerd. Nightwalker, the Rule 34 enthusiast. Nightwalker, the no-no zone. The no-no square. I'm not sure if anyone gets that reference. I'm not sure if anyone gets that reference, but oh, that is so, oh, that's too funny. These are adorably cute, dude. And these ones too. Look at this. This is so cool. Lord Simp. Honestly, just like the 8th figure of this series, but this set is nice. This looks gear. See, this embodies Gearman in my mind. This guy's out of his fucking mind. Look at him. Look at him. He's smiling in that direction and shooting in this direction. Out of his fucking mind. He doesn't give a shit. And I did that once or twice. Yeah, it's enough. It is enough. My god, he's as pale as snow here. What the fuck? I get that he's supposed to be light skinned. Give him some shading. What the fuck? You could mistake. Like, one shade lighter and you couldn't tell where his fucking white shirt starts. What the fuck? This is crazy. What about Lord Simp? I mean, he don't simp that much, does he? Do he be doing that? This is Hazel. Oh my, she looks like a literal child. That reminds me, I need to see if we can get any more Lord of the Mysteries posts on a certain site. What is a certain site, Milosh? No, don't answer that. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. He does simp a lot. Oh, there's more above this? Oh, these ones. This is so cute. The divination. The divination. Oh, she is a child? I thought she was like 20 or something. How old is she? I don't know. Shylock Moriarty. That's so cute. Gelman Sparrow. Did you check out the lava chicken disc? And no, Pushkar, I have not logged on in a bit. I mean like yesterday. Dwayne, look at him. Oh, the aristocracy. Fucking drinking from such a cup. Oh, he doesn't have a pinky, but if he had a pinky up, that'd be the last of it. Oh, this is great. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Thorium. Romero getting cool titles like the Blasphemer, while I get the Blasphemer is a cool title. Bro, he's going to hell. 774. No, wait, this is 773. What the fuck is happening here? 774. Clues. No new post. Sag indeed. How different we are. Romero just hit you with built different. She isn't dead. She managed to escape and she's seeking for revenge for Prince Edisac. The moment a client saw Trissy, he nearly lost control of his emotions. Although he had guessed it based on the conversation, he felt it exceeded his expectations. When the truth was placed before him, without even the need for dream divination, he could still recall the great smog of Backland. Trissy had conversed with him, and back then she felt eager to escape Prince Edisac's control and escape the manipulation of her fate by the hidden person behind the scenes. She felt her daily life was being filled with pain. How dare you give Romero Lord Amon's title? Because he's a blasphemer, bro. What do you mean? He's a believer of the true creator. What else would we call him? Queen, how's it going? How you doing? The demoness who was once a man has sold her soul to an evil god to avenge Prince Edisac? What kind of crappy trite romance novel is this? The corners of Klein's mouth twitched as he saw Walter throw a bag of food to Trissy. After hearing him give a word of advice, he turned around and left. That's good to hear, Queen. At this moment, a figure appeared from the Member of Parliament Macht's house. Seeking revenge for the guy. I know, right? Thank you, Arthur. I was thinking the same thing. I thought he hated it. I thought he hated Prince Edisaki. It was like, you know what? I was bigger than you. Oh God. And now she's like, oh, I loved him. I want revenge. Like, bro, what is happening? At this moment, a figure appeared from Member of Parliament Mach's house. It was within Klein's line of sight from where he was standing. It followed the streets as it quickly approached the entrance of the sewers. It was none other than Hazel, who held a mystical item of the Marauder pathway. Wait, Arthur is a she? Oh, Arthur, it's a she. Oh, sorry. She'll encounter Walter. This isn't some entrance to the sewers. It's clearly the entrance to a bustling city. Klein looked down and nearly face-palmed. Upon entering the manhole cover, Hazel warily observed her surroundings for a few seconds before moving the cover away and climbing down. The entire process was done in one fell swoop without any signs of delay. Stepping onto the slightly moist ground, she followed the rusted metal pipes in the sewage that flowed in with a clear destination in mind. Stockholm Syndrome is happening? I don't think it's anything that serious, because Stockholm Syndrome can't kind of work, because, you know, Prince Edisaki's fucking dead. But it is something. Like, that is weird. I thought she hated him. Suddenly, she felt her back turn as though a chill ran down her spine. Her hair began to stand on end. You also watched The Boys. The No-No Square was a reference to them, right? There's a song about it. I have seen The Boys, but the No-No Square was... I don't think it was by them, but was it? Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, yes it was. Yeah, yes it was. Sorry. Liola, how's it going? Amnesiac, how's it going, man? Right on the heels of that, Hazel seemed to plunge into a freezing river. She felt a coldness overcoming her body. She was horrified to see herself walking in a different direction, heading straight for the metal pipes, and this was against her will. Horror filled Hazel's mind before she received a reprieve from her numb thoughts. She infused all her spirituality into a necklace. The 7 green gems on the necklace were equidistant from each other. Embedded around them were tiny diamonds. In the absolute darkness, they still swirled with a faint lustrous glow. Suddenly, a gem lit up as the green glow illuminated Hazel's ghastly face. She leaned against the wall and paused for a moment. She moved her feet forward in an awkward manner before retracing them. She didn't hesitate to use her spirituality to light up another gem. She raised her right hand, aimed it for herself, and twisted her wrist. At the same time, many mysterious symbols and patterns appeared in her mind as her spirituality and voice changed. She had stolen the Beyonder power, Wraith Shriek. Hazel was about to open her mouth to shout when she found her hands losing control again. She forcefully and quickly covered her mouth with her hands. Her shriek turned into a muffle as she took a few brick steps to the wall. She turned into another fork before crouching down into pure darkness. She tried hard to struggle, but it was useless. She wasn't even capable of activating the necklace on her neck. Who the Walter is doing this? Okay, so we're assuming Hazel is probably low sequence Beyonder. Probably. So Walter is like a mid-sequence Beyonder? Because he's just putting her to shame. He's like, shh. Shut the fuck up. You don't say anything, okay? I will do the talking here. She can't do a fucking thing. What is happening? Hazel's dark brown eyes widened as they filled with horror and indignation. Tears began to well in her eyes before slowly streaming down her cheek. At this moment, Walter had come out from another path, returning back to the sewer entrance before climbing up agilely. After sneaking back into 160 Bauckland Street, Hazel suddenly regained control of her body. She felt that the coldness had completely disappeared. She first raised her hand in surprise, using her night vision to take a glance. Following that, she looked around in a fluster, as though there was countless illusory monsters hiding in the darkness of the sewers. Hazel immediately touched the necklace with her right hand, carefully standing up and headed for the entrance. She didn't flee in panic, but she instead warily prepared for any attack that would appear from the darkness. Finally, she returned to Bauckland Street, where she saw the black lamp emitting its light, illuminating the street that still had remnants of rain. Only then did Hazel speed up her pace and run home. Midway, she suddenly turned her back, nervously and frantically, closing the manhole cover. Bro, she's so scared. This is like an actual new Beyonder coming across the horrors of this fucking life. She was like, I want to go home. I want to see my family. After doing all this, she followed the shadows and entered her garden. With the help of the gas and water pipe, she entered the balcony of her bedroom. Only at this point did she have any room to think. Why is there Oh, because I don't know what chapter I'm going to end on, Nagito, so just a question mark, because that might be up for change, you know? She raised her left hand, hoping to use her clothes to wipe her face, but midway she switched to using a handkerchief from her pocket. Hazel still has the basic abilities needed to react. She's not a complete amateur. In the sewers, Senor appeared with his dark red coat and triangular hat as he spoke. Following that, under Klein's control, he went invisible again as he entered the hidden fork where Trissy was. Just as the wraith approached, the black-dressed Trissy looked up and revealed a weak but stubborn smile. From the looks of it, you have no ill intent. That lady was quite lucky. Oh, wait, was it Klein as a wraith who was controlling her to slow down? Or like... Oh, that's why she stole a wraith's shriek. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, yes, you're right. Why the fuck is that there? What the fuck? Oh, okay. That lady was quite lucky. She had sensed Hazel and discovered the wraith. Senor's figure appeared as he chuckled. Perhaps killing her will only bring you greater trouble. To be honest, he wished to report Trissy to the authorities because he knew of the evil deed she had done. He knew how many she knew how she had incited the passengers and crew of the Alfalfa, causing them to kill each other. He also knew she had many innocent lives die ahead of time. However, after realizing that Trissy was investigating the mystery behind Prince Edisac's death... Did you ask if he wants to talk today? No, I did not. Let me actually send him a message really quickly. I don't know, but I'll, Okay, sorry, just sent him a quick message. Alright, let's keep going. However, after realizing that Trissy was investigating the mystery behind the prince's death... Am I getting sick again? What the fuck? Klein had a new plan in mind. He would incite the demoness and cooperate with her on certain matters. The Prince of Edisac's death was equivalent to the truth behind the Great Smaug of Bauckland. Investigating this matter is bound to be dangerous. Roping others in will make me feel guilty, afraid that harm or death will happen to them. But by getting Trissy to do it, I don't have such a burden. The crime she has committed has long doomed her to hell. Oh, I love I love how as time goes on, Klein is getting more and like stronger and stronger in his convictions. He's gone from like this person deserves death to she has been doomed to hell by her actions. Like, holy shit, this motherfucker is he's like right on the cusp of divinity, because he's like once he reaches sequence 4, he's gonna be like, she has been sentenced to hell and I am her executioner. Off with her head. The only problem is that she might be using investigations of the mystery of Prince Edisac's death for her own ploy. I have to be wary about this to prevent myself from being used, thus causing a disaster. Klein made the Signor take 2 steps forward. Trissy chuckled. Since you have no ill intentions, go ahead, Mr. Signor. At this moment, the marionette's senses revealed countless threads floating and flailing around Trissy, and seated in the middle was her black-dressed self with a pale face. It resembled a spider in the middle of her web, but it was filled with temptation and pity that made one approach her. You know me? I once spent an unforgettable amount of time at sea. Back then, you were still a man, Klein lampooned. Why are you investigating the prince's death? Didn't he commit suicide? Suicides can be different. Some people do it willingly, and others are forced. No way. She really seems to mind the prince's death. Lady, have you forgotten that you were once a man? Have you forgotten the pain you were previously talking about? Don't tell me this is the so-called Stockholm Syndrome. Dude, we've seen like 2 cases of the Stockholm Syndrome at this point. We've seen now Trissy with the prince, and we've seen Danitz with Gehrman. This is crazy. Well, I'm not a spectator, and I can't determine if she's being truthful or not. So, you believe the prince was forced to commit suicide? You sought William Sykes to investigate the matter? That's right. It was he who forced Edisac to commit suicide with a spirituality obliteration bullet. However, he was also under orders by others. To obtain the final bit of pleasure, he revealed everything. He was still unable to touch me. I even showed him my former photo. He died, filled with even more misery and despair. Dude, she's diabolical. She's diabolical. She's so mean. She could have just let him die, but no, she had to show him a photo. Like, nah, bro, I was a man. Oh, God. She's so mean. I can't imagine what William suffered. Trissy is as twisted as she was before. Demonesses at the stage of pleasure are really filled with charms. Every expression and every action is filled with enticement, but I can tell that Trissy has already reined it in well, only using it when needed. Has she already advanced, or is it because of love? As Klein lampooned, he made the Signor ask, who is it? Viscount Stratford, the royal guard captain of the royal family. The plot thickens! Viscount Stratford. What do you mean that's why she's goated? Bro, the guy was gonna die. Just let him die happy. Nah. We're gonna make you die miserable. Why? Just wanna. You're so mean. Viscount Stratford, the royal guard captain of the royal family. From this post, the Great Smog of Backland does have the inklings of a particular royal faction being behind it. As for who, we'll investigate. To verify Trissy's answer, he made the Signor scoff. I'm a little doubtful, since you're telling me this so easily. That's because it's something good for me. I can tell that you and the faction you represent are interested in the true motives of those pulling the strings of the royal family. I would be very happy if I can provide some useful clues that causes you to have conflict with them, causing the real conspirer to surface. This will aid in my revenge and be of the greatest help to me. According to this logic, does this also mean that I can use you to investigate the matter and fish out the mastermind? Told you, that's why Trissy is so goated, not Trissy Best Girl. Okay, We need to think of a better way to say simp, but in hindsight, I'm with you on the title. Okay? We need to like I'm with you on the meaning of the title, but we need to find a better way to Lord Nightwalker, the philanderer. Sounds much better now. He liked every second of it. Jesus Christ, Milosh. Wasn't what Trissy said meant to entice me to engage in a limited cooperation with her, while she also volunteers to be the mind clearer in order to reveal the truth? She's clearly expressing her value. She's afraid that I'll eventually kill her. Very reasonable. I should also do the same, Klein controlled the Wraith to say. I believe that without my threats or enticement, you'll attempt to make contact with the Viscount after you recover from your wounds. I only hope that he doesn't like men, Trissy curled her lips. The love-bound. The love-bound. The love-bound is not bad, Milosh. I really like it. But it needs to be more like a one-sided love. I don't know how you put that in a title, but we need to, okay? Something more about a one-sided love. This isn't something that can be resolved. If you're already a Sequence 5, then can you consider switching to a Hunter Pathway Sequence 4 Iron Blood Knight? Also, have you forgotten your past self? Lustbound. That's pretty good. Alright, I officially christen thee Lord Nightwalker, the Lustbound. Dude, truly, I have the fucking 7 sins around me. I know how to choose them. Dude, oh god, I have the fucking 7 sins around me. This isn't a client lampooned as he made the Senor smile. This isn't a problem. You can always show him your old photo. Trissy was taken aback as a slightly twisted expression colored her face, a humiliation that she had buried deep inside, had been dug out, exposed. Her beautiful eyes were tainted with what stemmed from anger from humiliation. Her face, which was pale due to her injuries, instantly flushed red, as expected of the Blood Admiral. It appears you know plenty of the Demoness pathway. I'm Envy, always wanting the head. Yeah. You might be Envy or Gluttony. I don't know. She wasn't sure before I made that joke because I thought the Demoness sect and the Rose School of Thought had worked together, making her believe that the Admiral of Blood would know the secrets of the Assassin pathway. Regardless, it's not nice mocking the gender of others. This is in line with the Admiral of Blood's persona. A marionettist principle is, remember that every marionette has its own setting. The reason why Trissy had mentioned her past photo was apparently just to vent and grind off an enemy's joy and excitement. She wasn't taking notice of the details she mentioned. Klein nodded in thought as he controlled Senor. At my level, there will be plenty of secrets I know. How can I contact you? I might be able to provide you with some help during the investigation of the Viscount. Trissy reached her hand towards her ear and grabbed a clump of smooth raven black hair. Then blue ice formed, allowing her to crack it off. What sin are you? The blasphemer. I would say pride. She then spread out her palm, allowing a silent pitch-black flame to appear, burning the hair to ash. These ashes weren't lifted by the cold winds in the sewers, but they had shrunk, forming a sticky black object. Just look back. Yeah, that Gearman is sick. That Gearman model is so sick, dude. I'm really excited. I feel like Crunchyroll will probably do a couple. I'm back live now. I see. I feel like Crunchyroll will probably release some figurines for Lord of the Mysteries. We will, once they come out, we will go live and we'll figure out. We'll get one. Which one? We'll figure out. But we'll get one. These ashes weren't lifted up by the cold winds, but had shrunk, forming a sticky black object. Smear it uniformly over a mirror. and then I'll know you're looking for me. Wait, do they? I'll subsequently use that mirror to communicate with you. Trissy shook her wrist and threw the pasty black object to Senor. Username is Wrath? No, okay, I'm not, okay. It can be used about 5 times. That should be plenty. As Senor was only a marionette, Klein was worried about letting him grab the sticky black object. After taking a few looks, he stuffed it in his pocket. If I need your help, how do I contact you? That's a problem. Klein did wish to have contact with, Klein did wish to have her have direct contact with Raynette Tyneker. After all, Trissy would later know that behind the Wraith was Gehrman. If she gathered any news about the Admiral of Blood, this wasn't something that could be hidden. After a few seconds of consideration, he decided to be a little more curious. He decided to wait until Trissy had any substantial discoveries before changing the communication method. If the matter is urgent, wait, hold on. The sewers hide plenty of secrets. I'll come often. You can leave the help you need in text form here. If the matter is urgent, preventing you from doing it in time, you can contact the person from before to get him to leave the message. Trissy slowly nodded. Okay. With the conversation almost done, Klein planned on leaving his marionette, letting his marionette Senor leave. At that moment, he caught sight of Trissy's hands. He discovered that the sapphire ring was gone. I noticed it just now, but I thought that it had switched to her other hand, but it's gone. From the looks of it, she paid a considerable price when she escaped Prince Edisac's Rose Manor and escaped Inzongwil 008. The mark that Prince Edisac left on her has also vanished. Klein thought for a moment before getting the Senor to laugh. One more thing. What evil god did you sell your soul to? The primordial demoness. A scoreboard! I guess that, okay? Weren't you trying to escape from that strange state? Didn't you feel that you were increasingly becoming less and less yourself? Why did you backtrack? Don't you know that by changing your name to Trissy Cheek, they were trying to make you into the demoness's vessel? No, she might not really know. She might not even know what cheek means. She did her best to escape her fate, only to be plunged deeper into it. It's hard for me to believe with you replying so easily without any qualms. That's because it's not a problem for me. It's not a secret. With one more person knowing, there's a chance of a solution presenting itself. Even if the chances are slim, it's better than nothing. While solving the problem, there's also a high chance you'll be finished. When you approach Viscount Stratford and the mastermind behind all of this, take note of any coincidences that often happen around you. The deeper the investigation into the Great Smog of Baklan, the more likely it would gain the attention of Inzongwil. Coincidences. Trissy was taken aback as she repeated the word. You sure you don't want to take a... Yeah, easy. We gotta push, man. We gotta push hard. We gotta... Because, again, my thing is, the more that I read, the more context I have for what's happening. Because everyone keeps telling me that, like, Volume 1 on reread is, like, fucking awesome, right? Because of all the foreshadowing and stuff. So I feel like the more stuff I know, the more foreshadowing I'll be able to catch. That's what I'm going for. Bro, I'm having triple ravings now. True, the trailer... Yeah, the trailer's showing a lot. Has it shown anything that you wouldn't know by now? Has it shown something you don't know? Has it shown something I don't know? What? I feel like it was only up on the pathway. Oh, the pathway's pointing to the moon. Oh, you're right. I was thinking about that. Because I was watching the trailers and it was 4 pathways, not 3. The most interchangeable ones we've ever seen was 3. We know so far anyway, but there was 4 in that, so I'm curious. I thought someone mentioned that maybe it was just the 4 pathways that were available to Klein, but I mean, I don't know. There's one thing you both don't know about. What the fuck? Okay. And the hooded man grabbing Klein with all the mist? Hooded man grabbing Klein? Bro, am I seriously an unk? Why don't I remember this? What? Devil, how's it going, man? Bro, I might be an unk. I don't remember this. La lumiere. Oh, I don't know if you're still here, Easy, but if you are, let me know if you want to talk today or tomorrow. I'm good either way. A couple people in chat mentioned that maybe we're talking today. I'm good too. Let me know if you want to talk today or tomorrow. I'm good either way. If you're not here, then hopefully, yeah, down today. Oh, dope. Okay. Okay. You okay to do it in like 4 hours from now? Would that work for you, Easy? What was voted freakier than me, if anyone? Oh, Drew. Gonna watch. Just gonna watch 2 behind the scenes. Hit me up when you're done, and the rest is good. Bet 4 is good. Sounds good, man. We'll talk then. Awesome. Please tell Wiz to put the camera. Nagito, don't hit me with that, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Don't. Why you gotta hit me with the put the characteristics in the bag? What, bro? We were having such a good stream, bro. Fucking Justin pops in, hits me with the unk immediately, and then we do this. Yeah, we always do it on Discord DSV. Yeah, we always do it that way. And I think it's just easier for both of us. Well, so. Because you're an unk? Bro, fuck you. Oh, you're a fucking child. You're so mean. Okay. Alright, Easy. I'm going to start reading, so if you are still here, I would beckon that you leave, because you're going to get spoiled, okay? There's some crazy shit happening right now. You're not prepared for. Unk, don't get... Fuck you, Milos, you fucking child. At that moment, she recalled all the coincidences that she had encountered back at the Red Rose Manor. Thank you, Luvian. Amidst her thoughts, she looked up, only to realize that the Admiral of Blood had vanished. The next morning, Klein woke up punctually. With the assistance of Richardson, he wore his coat. Didn't you say I could call you Unk? No, I never gave anyone that permission. I just gave you guys the emoji. I'm just hoping you guys wouldn't use it. A little bit. Just as he arrived in the dining hall, he saw Walter standing by the window, politely waiting his arrival. Sir, your schedule for today is to participate in a... Fuck off. Is to participate at a tea session with the Member of Parliament, Mock's residence. Walter professionally reminded his employer. He was stern, old-fashioned, and conscientious. He looked no different from his usual self, making it impossible to know that he had headed for the sewers last night. Klein nodded with a smile. I haven't forgotten. He then entered the dining hall and enjoyed an exquisite meal. There's not enough variety for breakfast. Klein focused on eating, and after he was done, he put down the cutlery inside. I miss my hometown a little. Get the cook to prepare desi pie tomorrow. Yes, sir. I should have thought of that. Tehana replied apologetically. Did I say that? I don't know. That seems like something I would say. I'm very benevolent, really. Yeah, it's fine. I kid. Klein waved his hand as a gesture, for her not to take it to heart. He then headed for a garden stroll. After doing all this, he returned to the 3rd story to continue reading the papers he hadn't finished until his etiquette teacher, Wahana, arrived. Wahana was still dressed decently, with an elegant bearing. She smiled at Dwayne and said, I heard that you'd be heading to Ma'am Rihanna's place for high tea later today. Then, this lesson will focus on high tea. You did say it, you even got my age wrong. You said I was 12. Yeah, like 12 is like the age I use for anyone who's between the ages of like 10 and 16. They're just like 12. They're just like a fucking child. They're 12. For my brother, all the way from when I was like 10 to like when I hit 18, I was 12. Like, it just didn't even matter. Then today's focus will focus on high tea. Clyde maintained his smile and listened attentively and asked questions from time to time. About 30 minutes later, Walter knocked on the door and entered. Sir, Member of Parliament Mock's servant just came to inform us that the high tea session has been cancelled because Ma'am Rihanna's daughter, Miss Hazel, is sick. She is very apologetic for that. She wishes to invite you again next week. Why don't you title me with the forgotten one? You always ignore me? Yeah, but that's kind of cool, Nightwalker, you know? You're not supposed to have cool nicknames. Well, I guess Ramiro's the Blasphemer is kind of cool. And so do I have you? Yeah, of course. You can all call me Unk. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna pretend to be. Pretend to be hurt by it though. Optimistic Parasite. Is this Dr. Z? What are the odds? Like 80%, I think. Yeah, it's Dr. Z. What? I deserve that title? Okay. Before you ask, yes, it's me. I already asked. Okay. How about this, Nightwalker? We will leave your fate to chance, okay? We will leave your fate to the gods. Okay, we can do that. Jesus Christ. Why is there art of this? Okay, we're gonna leave your fate to chance. You ready? Unk is so defeated that he just conceding it's fuck you. Okay. Heads is the Lustbound. Nagito, you piece of shit. So, wow, Nagito was waiting. This motherfucker. Okay. So Heads is the Lustbound. Tails is the Forgotten one. Okay, we'll leave it to chance. The Lustbound, you have been decreed. You have been decreed by the heavens. I officially bequeath unto you the title of Nightwalker, the Lustbound. That's how it goes, brother. That's how it goes. One cannot deny their destiny forever, Nightwalker. The paths that we all walk have been chosen by the heavens an eternity ago. Truly. You believe you make free choices, do you? No. All the big choices have already been made for you, you sweet summer child. Okay, on that great note. Love to see it. I know. When do you plan on watching it tomorrow? I have to drive for about 5 hours for a mini fishing trip, but would love to watch alongside you whenever you stream. Wes. So I was probably not. So I was not gonna stream it tomorrow night. I was gonna stream it the following morning. So in about 48 hours from now, a little bit, maybe 47 hours, something like that. Basically 2 days from now was when I was gonna go live with the reaction stream. That's what I was thinking. Hazel is sick, a result of last night's fright? It's not possible if she's an ordinary person, but a Beyonder has quite a physical quality enhanced. The chances of that happening are quite low. Hopefully that works out for you. If not, it'll of course go up as a video as well. Furthermore, Hazel clearly hasn't seen changes that resulted from the loss of control brought about by potions. Her mental state is still well, allowing her to feel the sense of superiority and having no fear. Even if she were frightened, it wouldn't result in any psychological ailments. Sequence 5 of the Demoness pathway can make people around them get infected with ailments. Last night, Trissy secretly discovered her ailments after seeing a stranger in the sewers. As a wraith, Senor wasn't affected, so I wouldn't discover it. Such a problem isn't too serious. Hazel didn't spend much time in the area for too long. She's just a little shaken, preventing her from recovering quickly. From the looks of it, Tracy really has advanced to Sequence 5. Klein nodded gently and said, "Please, give Hazel my regards." Wait, Milos? What the fuck? Okay. So just really quickly, because I'm gonna forget. Bro, how did Milos's name go back to normal? How? I don't understand. He should be Lord Baelish. How is he Milos again? What is happening? How? I thought I took those powers away from him. I don't understand. Oh, for fuck's sakes. $776. Preparations. Oh, we're going to kill a goddamn traveler, baby. Let's go. Without the high tea session, Klein decided to pray at St. Samuel Cathedral. Of course, he didn't forget to stop and admire the white pigeons on the square, allowing himself to appear leisurely and calm. He entered the cathedral, passing through the murals that were illuminated by the sun from high above and arriving at a deep and dark prayer hall. This place wasn't as gorgeously decorated like the other churches that had all kinds of dazzling, elegant tastes that produced a visual impact. Instead, it was mild and peaceful, allowing one to feel a sense of natural tranquility. As for the pure light that resembled twinkling stars up ahead and were filled with intense solemnity and holiness, Klein removed his hat and handed it to Richardson along with his cane. He then walked down the aisle. At this moment, he saw two figures stand up. One of them was Leonard Mitchell. Almost at the same time, Leonard Mitchell also saw the middle-aged man with white sideburns and deep blue eyes, Dwayne. He tensed up momentarily. Klein gave Leonard a look as he nodded with a smile. He had a friendly and casual demeanor. Leonard forced a smile as he nodded in a slightly sluggish manner. Following that, he turned aside, made way, and brushed shoulders with Dwayne. This made Klein see the person who was behind him. It was also someone he knew. Spirit Medium Daly. This lady still wore blue eyeshadow and blush, presenting quite an uncanny sense of beauty. Daly glanced at the middle-aged gentleman. When her expression went adrift, she retracted her gaze. No way. I was just mimicking the captain's profound eyes? Even the color is different, and yet Madame Daly still finds it familiar. A woman's intuition is truly terrifying. Klein had a vague sense that he noticed Daly's brief abnormality. A long time ago, as an insensitive man, he believed that Madame Daly was secretly in love with the captain. Otherwise, she wouldn't have endured the risk to rush to Tingen to get Klein to find an opportunity to teach the acting method to Dunn. As for the captain, Klein wasn't sure about his thoughts. After all, Dunn Smith at that moment was often unable to distinguish between reality and a dream. He might have unknowingly forgotten certain things that lay in the bottom of his heart. That's so sad, dude. Even just like 780 chapters in, like this little tidbit of information is gonna affect how I see the interactions between Daly and Dunn in the Donghua now. Like, we're so far from the volume 1, and it's like still just like a couple sentences that just layer everything so well. Like, I'm glad I read up until here just for this before the Donghua, you know what I mean? Like, it just, like, every time the captain talks about Daly, or when that scene eventually comes where Daly sends her messenger, I think it is, back to Tingent to have Klein teach Dunn the acting method because she can, and all this stuff, right? It's gonna layer so well with this. And Easy was shipping. That's crazy. That's actually insane, Nagato. However, the captain often mentions Daly, using her as an example to educate us. He was so familiar with how many years it took to advance and what kind of talent she had. Yes, whenever Captain mentioned these matters, he would occasionally add that he spent 9 years going from Midnight Poet to Nightmare. Could it be that he was feeling inferior to Madame Daly? Inferior. Klein recalled the past as his mood suddenly felt dampened. Do you plan on reading book 2? Yes, Wes, I do. My plan is after finishing book 1, we're going to take a bit of a break. We're going to read some mangas, we'll read some manhwas, we'll read like a short web novel or something. And then like maybe a month. It won't be too long, but like, and then we'll get started on COI. However, he realized that he didn't really understand Dunn. He didn't understand how many things the man had hidden inside. And Madame Daly isn't much younger than him. She appears to be very open and doesn't care about marriage. Klein silently sighed and reined in his thoughts. He found a nearby pew, bowed his head, and closed his eyes to pray. After completing book 1, you gonna watch edits and shit? Bro, I'm gonna watch fucking everything. How far can we go before YouTube delete a video? What? What do you mean? What are your thoughts about Lord of the Mysteries power system? I think it is the most intricately crafted power system I've ever seen. I can't imagine one where I can't imagine another pathway. I can't imagine another pathway where, another story where there's 220 different like steps to reach to like the highest level of strength, and then even with that there's like interconnections between 20, 30, 40 of them. Like all this stuff is so well done. Oh my god. All the powers are different enough that it's hard to confuse two pathways, but the ones that are neighboring are also similar enough that you can see the similarities between them. So I'm just asking if YouTube will allow those things. What things? It's Nightwalker. What things, bro? You're gonna have to be more clear. Just wait till I cook on a mushroom power system. Is that just you take different mushrooms, they get you to different level of highs, and then you get stronger? Like you eat a mushroom and you enter the 4th dimension, but your enemy has a super secret mushroom that only grows in the dark, and eats that, and he enters the 5th dimension, and now you're cooked. Outside the prayer hall, Leonard had recovered as he gathered with the rest of the Red Gloves and Daly. They waited for a while as So West, who had become a spirit warlock, walked out from another side. He scanned them and said, "Our mission this time is to use the various clues discovered from the explosion of the Black Skeleton Gang headquarters to find all the formal members of Numinous Episcopate and Backland immediately after finishing Book 1, reread Volume 1. There's no fucking chance. There is no fucking chance that's happening. As soon as I'm done, we're gonna take a bit of a break, okay? Y'all are working me like a workhorse here. What the fuck? Okay. There'd be like 1,700 chapters back to back to back. Chill. Like, we'll take a bit of a break. And then we'll reread Volume 1. I'm not opposed to it. It'll take like 10 days. But I'm saying, like, let's just, come on. In the evening, Klein, who had dismissed Richardson, took 4 steps counterclockwise and went above the grey fog. He then conjured Gehrman and made the blurry figure pray. So you're one of the two. Bro, you read one of my comments and skipped the other? What the fuck was the other one, bro? So I'm just asking if YouTube will... I mean, COI is worse than LOTM in those things. What things? The power system? What things? Please, he then made Gehrman say, please inform Miss Magician that she needs to reserve a hotel room before Friday night. It's best that it's far from the place that Mr. X holds the gathering. Pass me the stone and spellbook ahead of time. I need to make some preparations. Copyright? I don't know. On Friday night, she needs to stop her friend who participates in Mr. X's gathering and present to me that person's external appearance when in disguise. If there's anything else, I'll inform her in time. Oh, he's gonna go in place of Geo. I see. With only 2 days before the assassination on Mr. X, Klein undoubtedly needed to prepare. And there were many things that needed preparation. Dwayne Dantas wasn't able to do everything, so he had to rely on Miss Magician. His preliminary plan was to use the power of a faceless to describe himself as a participant in Mr. X's gathering. He would enter directly with the passcode, and he would employ different plans based on the situation. According to the experience he had in engaging combat and controlling his marionette, Klein had a feeling that a marionettist principle was to try and hide behind the scenes, covertly directing a script. Remember that I Want Your Child chapter? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I see. Okay, no, Nightwalker. YouTube is pretty chill in those aspects. Of course, if I'm reading, again, I scan everything before I read it. So if I'm reading something and I go, I don't like that, I'm gonna censor it to a degree. I'll just be like, hey guys, if this is your first read through and you're just reading with me, please read this chapter yourself. I'm not describing it perfectly. Like, it's just, and shit, I don't describe any chapter perfectly. I skip over lines, I paraphrase, I do a whole bunch of shit because it's just a lot faster. And unless necessary, a marionettist has to avoid engaging in direct combat. Currently, the most troublesome point is that Mr. X's gathering is at 8. Usually, at this time, Dwayne clearly wouldn't have fallen asleep. He wouldn't be able to escape the notices of his butler and servants and head to the East Borough. Of course, on the contrary, I can also create an alibi, but the problem is, what do I do to fool everyone in the house? If only I had a faceless partner who can act as Dwayne. Miss Justice's necklace can do it, but she's not in Backland. Klein leaned back into his chair as he rubbed his temples. He had even considered directly summoning and responding to himself, using his identity as the hero bandit Black Emperor to carry out the operation, but doing so would cause him to lose the ability to change his physical appearance. It also made it difficult for him to possess others and disguise his force as friend to participate in the gathering. Klein, unless Miss Magician's friend is a part of this, allowing me to possess him or her, that wouldn't do either. Than I ever did about Lord of the Mysteries. It's so funny because everyone always says like, oh my god, like you get spoiled so much and stuff. I still feel like I don't know fucking anything, bro. I've read half this fucking book and and what you guys say is like I've been spoiled and I still don't know fucking anything. Like I'm walking around here like a pig covered in shit. I know nothing, okay? You know nothing, Jon Snow looking ass, okay? Nothing. I got no fucking clue what's going on. First, I will expose some Tarot Club secrets, and second, Mr. X will have the means to discover a wraith. Of course, traces of this can be concealed using a series of seals and with a gold coin. The paper angel or the iron cigar case. Klein considered for a while before deciding on a method he was very proficient at in his previous life. Feigning sickness. Hell yeah. I was just gonna say, like, pretend you have a headache and just be like, leave me alone. Do not bother me till the morning. Like, okay, cool. Done. I'll begin acting sick tomorrow. I'll eat very little and sleep before 8. This way, the butler and servants wouldn't disturb me. But if there's an emergency, what do I do when Walter and company knock on the door? A magician's illusory creation can only fool the eyes. It isn't some artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Right, I can fix the illusion onto a mirror, letting it look like Dwayne Dantas. Then I'll get Eridas to answer remotely. With this in mind, Klein's thoughts suddenly opened up. I have to say that Eridas can be quite useful at times. After a poignant comment, Klein returned to the real world. He walked to the desk, took out a pen and paper, and began writing a picture comprising of symbols that implied concealment and mystery prying. Before you say anything, Nightwalker, yes, I read your comment. No, I did not respond to it, but yes, I read it. Just as he finished his final stroke, the room's lighting dimmed. The full-body mirror turned deep and serene. Great Master, your loyal, humble servant Eridas heard your summoning. Was I late? There's something new every time. Klein shook his head in amusement. No. How tolerant you are of me, Great Master. Please, ask your question. I plan on eliminating the Aurora Order Oracle, Mr. X. Do you have any suggestions? It's best you do it after Thursday. It's in line with my divination. The Ouroboros, or a saint of the Aurora Order, might be around tonight and Thursday. Eridas, I have something that requires your help. This is my honor. You were giving me an opportunity. The words quickly emerged, fully professing what it meant to be excited. May I ask what the mission is? This Friday night, I will be using a mirror as an illusion prop, changing it to look like my present identity. If any emergencies happen, you are in control. You are in charge of controlling the mirror to answer without letting anyone discover any abnormalities. Can you do it, Great Master? I'll try my best to complete anything you command. Although it won't be able to last long, and it doesn't match my usual habits, it's enough to deal with everyone here. If you wish, I can simulate any voice. You're more talented than I expected. When dealing with them, hide the nature of the question and answer game. Don't let others notice it. I will play your identity well. Very good, Klein nodded. By the way, fuck, is 780 gonna leave me at this dog shit place where the assassination just starts or something? Fuck, no, I wanna read that. He was truly worried that Eridas would begin asking Walter Butler or Valerie Richardson embarrassing questions like, have you fantasized about ladies you shouldn't have urges for? Or who do you think of late at night when resolving your physical needs? He believed that the magic mirror's way of doing things, I might very well carry out such an act without any forewarning. Back then, Danitz nearly broke out thanks to its question. Without speaking any further, Klein switched to saying, that will be all for today. I will contact you again on Friday night. Yes, Great Master, your humble servant already looks forward to serving you. 777. Man, we're making crazy good progress. Sick and crazy setup. 24-hour stream? Why do you guys want a 24-hour stream? What are we gonna do? I'm so curious. Yeah, almost 800, man. Okay. Audrey, get rich or Aldrich set sail. Dundee? Alright, yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna grab my fucking blanket. It's really cold. Okay. Let's keep going. On Friday afternoon, Klein, who had skipped a literary salon because of his feigned sickness, arrived at the Grey Fog once again. In front of him was a hard-covered, palm-sized notebook, which was bronze in color. It was Leymano's Travel, which Forrest had provided. After flipping the item, which was closer to a spell book, over to a certain page, Klein looked at the yellowish-brown goat skin and raised and summoned the Sea God Scepter from a junk pile. As he injected some of its spirituality into Leimano's travel, making it light up with a faint luster, he made the blue gems on the scepter's tip emit a bright light. Nagito, what was your last comment? If Klein didn't transmigrate, what do you think would be the fate, Audrey, of Alger? Audrey would likely still become a Beyonder, but she would likely just be stuck at like a sequence 9 or forever, unless she got contacted by the psychology alchemists eventually, in which case she would be able to progress just a lot slower because no one would teach her the acting method. Alger would almost certainly get stuck at a sequence 6 forever. Sharon would likely be killed by the High Sequencer of the Rose School of Thought. Same for Merrick. Fours would have lost control and died a long time ago. Catleya probably would have lost control. Catleya probably would have lost control because of the hidden sage finding her with knowledge or whatever and died. A lot of people would have died, basically, is the answer. A sizzling sound was produced as bolts of silver lightning appeared out of thin air. They were thick and menacing as they zapped out, meshing together to form a hurricane. At the same time, complicated symbols and labels quickly outlined themselves on the page of Leimano's travel. They overlapped and fused together, slowly taking shape. Just as the page was about to be colored in silver, bolts of lightning snaked out of it, causing the pattern to be destroyed. It failed again. This wasn't his first attempt. Ever since obtaining Leimano's travel on Wednesday night, he would head above the Grey Fog from time to time and try to use the spellbook to record the power of the Sea God Scepter. He repeated it until his spirituality was nearly drained. During this process, there were successes and failures. Klein relied on repeated attempts before completing the final step, recording the lightning storm spell, which he had eyed for a long time. This was a demigod power of the Sailor pathway. Math exam fucked me today? Aw, shit. Sorry, Khaled. I'm sure you did better than you expect, buddy. Don't stress too much about it. Before that failure, Klein had failed nearly 20 times. It could be said that his luck was horrible. After repeated attempts, he was delighted to see a silver luster spread across the yellowish page on the 5th attempt. An ancient, mysterious symbol contracted to form a diagram that made anyone who placed their eyes on it feel as though they were struck by lightning. I finally succeeded. Klein rubbed his fingers against the paper and heaved a sigh of relief. He flipped through Leimano's travels and admired his previous attempts. We can use fuck now in stream? How is it not deleted? I got no fucking clue, dude. I didn't change a fucking thing. Again, my guess has always been that as long as you're using it it's like an auto moderation system. I don't have choices on it, but as long as you're using it for like a sentence and stuff and not just saying the word itself, you should be fine. I have never. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. I swear all the time. It'd be weird for me to, set boundaries on you guys that I don't follow myself. That being said, like, I do have words that I don't use. And no, I don't think anyone has used such a word that I can think of. But, like, if anyone was to say something like that, I'd, it's like a clear boundary. Like, hey, like, don't use that word. I really don't appreciate that one. But, like, I mean, if I use a word, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, no, you're not allowed to. Fucking I use it. What kind of fucking hypocrisy bullshit is that? Nightwalker, why are you deleting that, bro? That was Nightwalker, Justin. That wasn't Auto. I don't know why he didn't delete Thunder's, just yours though. I watched episode 1 of True Detective last night. I have not seen True Detective. I've heard it's really, really good. He used such uncivilized language. I use it. Shut up, bitch. Over the past 2 days, he wasn't fully caught up with Lightning Storm. He also recorded 2 other demigod powers. One of them was the paper angel he used while using the power of the Grey Fog. It aided in disrupting any divination and prophecies. Similarly, there was a hurricane that stemmed from the Sea God Scepter. Shido, how's it going, man? How you doing? When recording them, Klein was rather lucky. One took 9 times, while the other took 12. As for Flight, Glide, Lightning Strike, and other powers that didn't reach Sequence 4, they only required him to do it once or twice. Therefore, Klein had almost filled the entire book. Bro reached Magician? Good shit, Shido. Magician is so far my favorite sequence of Klein. It was my favorite. I love that. He could do such cool shit. His powers became so cool. This spellbook isn't very useful to unaffiliated Beyonders. So many new powers. You don't even get to see all of them used until like way later. It needs plenty of time and patience to record a sufficient number of powers. When the number exceeds sequence 5, the chances of failure the chances of failure increase, making the powers difficult to obtain. However, there are 22 pathways. If the first few sequences have their powers matched well, finishing off a sequence 5 isn't too hard. From his point of view, the spellbook was equivalent to half a divine artifact for unaffiliated Beyonders. Although it was more difficult to be used than Creeping Hunger in its early stages, once there was a good combination, it was quite normal for one to fight someone of a higher sequence. However, among Beyonders who were supported by major factions, Leimano's travel would be ridiculous. This is because it could record a demigod's power. I just reached chapter 870, man, I can't wait for you to theorize about this shit. Nice, Thunder. Okay, we're getting there, man. 100 more chapters. 100 more chapters. Really 90 even at this point. As long as they wish, a demigod can repeat the power over and over again. As for Creeping Hunger, it has a high chance of failing to devour a demigod. Even a real shepherd would find it extremely difficult to graze a high sequencer. Firstly, there are no available resources, and secondly, it's easy to lose control. Elder Lovia from the City of Silver was someone lucky enough to be able to graze a Sequence 4 evil spirit. When Klein thought of this, he cast his gaze onto a dark green coarse stone. It was rough and uneven, and signs of burn marks. It was none other than Force's stone that allowed one to travel the spirit world. With Leimano's travels and this stone, along with the Fate Siphon Charm and Wraith Marionette, even if Mr. X is a saint protecting him, I should be able to complete the mission and leave without problems. Klein rubbed his temples and returned to the real world. After setting up a bestowment ritual, he brought the corresponding items back. After making all the preparations, he walked onto the full-body mirror and looked at himself. He made himself look haggard. After dinner, Klein used an excuse of not being well to return to his room. Oh, see you, Zaza. That's why Lovia's the go. Klein went over, making the mirror reflect the blue eyes and white sideburns of Dwayne Dantas. He then straightened his body and took a step back, creating another Dwayne Dantas in bed. This gentleman was wearing silk pajamas and leaned against a pillow. He held a book in hand and with his half-closed eyes as though he was in thought. Not bad, the mirror illusion isn't weaker than paper figurine illusion. Klein returned to the desk, picked up a fountain pen, and drew the strange symbols that was a mixture of concealment and mystery prying. After a brief silence, the Dwayne Dantas in bed suddenly opened its eyes. "Great Master, your loyal and humble servant Eridus has arrived." Very good. He didn't give other instructions. With a top hat, he slid down the balcony to the first floor. He followed the secluded garden trail and flipped over the corner perimeter wall of 160 Bauckland Street. During this process, he hadn't forgotten to close the window. Pressing his right hand on his hat and landing his feet on the streets, Klein slowly looked up. At some point in time, his facial features and his outline changed. He had black hair and brown eyes and a thin and angular face. This was Gehrman Sparrow, and the hunt was about to begin. Tonight, Gehrman joins the hunt. Let's go, baby! We're killing Aurora Order Oracle. Romero, real sorry. Tell us how the fucking funeral goes for your boy, okay? Just make sure you and Easy don't talk in your server so you don't get the 104. What the fuck are you talking about? Nuggets? No, we're gonna talk in my server because then hopefully it'll be better. You know, Gehrman's back. You know what that means? Art. No, no more Gehrman art. I can't do this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Gio, who was about to head out to the East Borough to participate in the gathering, was stopped by Fours. You want to head out to gather material? Gio deliberated before saying the words her friend often used. No, to earn money. I previously accepted a mission to find the dust left behind after a ghost fades away. Bro, we better. Justin, if I'm in 144p again, I'm telling Easy, I'm like, bro, get off the live stream, just record it, okay? I can't do this. This is crazy. They've all been given a send-off by the priests and bishop to their respective deity kingdoms. Therefore, I can only head over to the East Borough and find targets that die due to various reasons without being discovered. Nah, he spilled coffee in our last dinner party, plus he doesn't pray every 6 hours. I won't mourn Mr. X. Nice, okay. Fuck him. Even his own homies hate him, he deserves death. Can you bear letting such a beautiful and frail lady like me heading into such a messy place alone? No, can't you just push it back a day? Gio said. I'm participating in Mr. X's gathering. No, I need to complete the mission tomorrow. It's a total of £50. If it's due tomorrow, why didn't you do it in the past couple of days? Is this your first day knowing me? Don't you know I have a severe case of procrastination? Besides, you have no money. You're broke. You're poor. You look at yourself, you fool. Why even bother attending? You couldn't buy a fucking thing. Okay, that's not what Forrest said exactly, but it's what she meant. That's true. Does every author have a sickness of procrastination? Probably, Forrest replied. In the East Borough, inside a cheap motel, Klein entered the room which Miss Magician had reserved for him. Here, having a room and a bed was an extravagance, but even so, such a room cost only 12 pence. Many of the cheap motels in the East Borough didn't have any single rooms. The best of them were compartments that cost 5 pence a night. It only had a bed and a partition that blocked others from looking inside. As for the 10 to 20 bunk beds in the basement, they cost a pence and a half a night. The motel didn't hold any responsibilities for the items that once stored there. That's Jesus Christ, Nightwalker, no. There's actually a mirror, not bad. Klein put down his hat and stood in front of a full-body mirror. He then wore the hooded robe which Miss Magician had prepared for him. Immediately after, his body shrank at a discernible pace. His skin gradually turned pale with a tinge of malt colors. The Adam's apple at his throat vanished as his hair grew long and turned blonde. Klein recognized the image of Forrest's friend. Even though the disguise didn't show her looks, it was Miss Gio. Go to hell, Lustbound. Oh wait, Ramiro. Wait, is Easy live right now? No, he is. He's still live? That's insane. How long is he gonna be live for today? Fuck me. Okay. Because is he gonna be live for like 6 hours? That's insanity. Okay. Easy. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I was gonna ask you to do something. Never mind. I forget it. We'll do it later. Don't worry about it. However, because there was a hood to conceal himself, he didn't really transform into a woman. All he did was handle the easily noticeable spots. I can't do anything about the height of 150 centimeters. I'll need to digest the entirety of my potion before I reach this limit. Thankfully, Miss Shio disguises herself by raising her height. I won't have to vex over this. Klein looked at the 160 centimeter figure in the mirror and switched to a pair of leather boots that looked to be flat-soled. After donning the disguise, Klein hooded himself and silently left the room from the window. He came to an alley in the East Borough, taking a detour until he arrived outside, where Mr. X was hosting a gathering. After recalling the passcode which Miss Magician had provided, Klein rapped the edge of the door with his hands, 3 light taps and 3 heavy taps. 10 seconds later, the door silently opened. An attendant wearing an iron mask first observed the visitor before making way. Klein calmly walked past him and entered the building without any signs of panic. That's good. 778. Bro, please tell me that Mr. X dies before I end stream. Where the fuck? This is such a clever title, dude. This is such a clever title. Nightwalker, what's up? 777 is a lucky chapter, and what do we get this chapter? Talk of deleting the Aurora Order members. Coincidence? I think not true. Ignore Lustbound for real. This is such a clever title. So 1 + 1 probably refers to Gearman and his Wraith Senor. 2 is probably like Mr. X and like his, you know, his first one or something. What are you guys talking about? Lustbound? Oh, that is the title we have bequeathed onto Sir Nightwalker, the Lustbound. While passing through the living room, Klein's spiritual perception was triggered. He felt there was an invisible gaze scanning him. He feigned ignorance as he entered the activity room. At the moment he passed through the activity room, all the attention on him vanished. If not for the Wraith having 3 seals to isolate it, it probably wouldn't have been noticed. If Mr. X doesn't appear to be as bold as crazy as he seems. Klein sat down and moved his hood. After about 10 minutes, when most of the members had arrived, a brass mask-wearing Mr. X appeared by the door without causing much commotion. He walked in and headed towards the seat. He was dressed in a black classical robe with a pointed mage hat. He turned around and slowly took his seat and said in a deep voice, "Let's begin." I love the following chapters of the entire Volume 3. Nice! He's within 4 meters. Klein wasn't in a rush to take action. He retracted his gaze and patiently waited as a few members exchanged information about people with abnormal luck for money. Occasionally, Mr. X would reply. Time ticked by as the gathering's focus went from Mr. X's act of handing out rewards. Klein didn't hesitate as he tapped his left thumb on the first segment of his index finger, activating his spirit body vision thread vision. Illusory black threads immediately surfaced before his eyes as they emanated from different people into the void towards some boundless distance. After making a simple distinction of the threads, Klein secretly began to control Mr. X's spirit body threads. There were two difficulties on this mission. And the first was having an astrologer as one of the earliest jobs of the pathway. Mr. X, or some hidden Aurora Order saint, might be able to sense danger when he began controlling spirit body threads. Klein wasn't sure about Mr. X's spiritual intuition, because back when Miss Sharon existed in Wraith form, she failed to notice Marionettist Rosago controlling her spirit body threads. However, for a saint who was a demigod, a high sequence beyonder, who had obtained godhood, no special traits of their being would surprise Klein. It wasn't surprising that being's spiritual intuition was triggered due to some changes in another person's spirit body. For other marionettists, they were probably helpless regarding this, but Klein was different. He had another identity as the Fool. He had the power of the mysterious grey fog, allowing him to produce interference and eliminate any hidden problems. Holy fuck. The gathering continued without any abnormalities. More or less 10 seconds passed as Klein was close to gaining initial control. With only 3 seconds left, the Oracle didn't seem to notice at all. He continued observing the completion of other transactions with a deep look in his eyes. At a crucial moment, Klein stopped. He barely maintained his progress as he extended his hand, reaching into the pocket of the hooded robe and touching the iron cigar case, which was sealed off with spirituality. Klein moved his fingers, prodding it gently to remove the wall of spirituality, allowing it to disperse into a swirling wind inside of his pocket. He pulled back his palm and waited for a few more seconds until Mr. X's gaze looked to the side before he continued controlling the spirit body threads. 3, 2, 1. An enemy. Danger. Slow. Thoughts appeared in his head as he quickly made his decision. He planned on seeking help from his subordinates and the entity he was watching in secret, and put up an effective resistance. At this moment, coldness drilled into his body, preventing his limbs and mouth from answering his will. Admiral of Blood Seigneur, a Wraith's possession. Wait, Klein is controlling him on one side, or controlling his spirit body threads on one side to gain control, and using Seigneur to slow him down even more. So now he's basically lost control of his fucking mind. That's a wombo combo, bro. Wiz, you were clearly in the wrong for allowing such discrimination against a great mod like Nightwalker. Wait, what did I... That is wombo. That is insane. Dude, that is like... This is like the equivalent of, like in a video game, if you have like an item that says like, okay, this will increase your damage by 50%. And then you have another one that increases your damage at a base percentage, and somehow the mod at a base number instead. So if you do like 50 damage, it allows you to do like plus 50 extra. But instead of them being like one or the other, the mods for whatever reason forgot to patch that, so now they overlap, and now you're doing triple the damage you should be doing. Holy shit, that is insane. There were many flaws to a marionette's control of the spirit body threads. The biggest was that the target immediately noticing there was a problem once initial control was obtained. They would have the ability to carry out any contingencies. If it was one-on-one without anyone around, Klein could naturally use the target's increasingly impeded state to effectively disrupt and interfere with any resistance they put up. But if the target had aid, it was very difficult for a marionettist to control others, or a marionettist's control to fool others. It required help from the environment or partners to conceal the matters without exposing it. And on this point, a Wraith who was able to possess a target and forcefully control them was the best support for a marionettist. He's literally running like, I don't actually know because I don't play Overwatch anymore, but he's basically running a tank and a DPS in one character. Like, he has crazy amounts of HP, but he also does crazy amounts of damage at the same time. And it's like, bro, this is why 1 + 1 is greater than 2. Yeah. The reason why Klein didn't directly enter a state of initial control was because he needed to release the Wraith. After the initial inspection at the door, the vigilance in the activity room at the gathering was definitely lower. May and McCree. As Mr. X's eyes widened, I was thinking more it'd be like, fuck, Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. Is it like Reinhardt? Is that... yeah, Reinhardt and who's the fucking ninja in Overwatch? What the fuck is his name? Genji. Genji, at least a long time ago when I played, was OP as fuck. I don't actually know what the I don't know what the meta is anymore. Mr. X's eyes widened as his thoughts turned sluggish. His instinctive attempts to shout out were blocked by his throat and mouth, silencing him completely. His attempt to raise his hands also slowed because they reached for a porcelain teacup by his side. This completely violated his will. It was because of the cold aura that occupied every corner of his body. Wraith. Marionettist. No. If this continues, I'll die silently. Mr. X immediately controlled his spirituality as he constructed complicated symbols and labels in his mind. Just as he was about to open a traveler's door, which was also the door of teleportation to escape the Marionette's control range. Compared to that, a Wraith's possession was quite less dangerous, but amidst his sluggish thoughts, the illusory symbols and labels failed to appear at once. Instead, they appeared one stroke after another in a discontinuous manner at insufficient speed. Seizing this opportunity, Wraith Senior, who was possessing Mr. X under Marionette's Klein's control, simply moved Mr. X's head, changing his seating position. Such an action interrupted the formation of the door. This guy's like trying his hardest. He's like, work, and then the Wraith just goes, and it cancels out. That's crazy. Oh my god, I love that. At that moment, the activity room was filled with people. Although there were Beyonders everywhere and many were his assistants, Mr. X found himself in extreme solitude and was helpless. He didn't even know who was attacking him or where the attacker was sitting. As the thoughts went through his mind, Mr. X regained control of his spirituality as he redirected it to a golden ring that was with an embedded ruby on his left index finger. Oh fuck, no, I skipped. Yes, you're right, I skipped like 2 paragraphs. Oh no, my reaction is too slow. It will be interfered by the Wraith. Use mystical item. Mr. X's eyes filled with blood, but none of his subordinates around him noticed. Even the one watching him in secret didn't notice anything. As for the gathering members who were interacting and trading, they lowered their heads because of his change in seating posture. At that moment, the activity room was filled with people. Although there were Beyonders and many were his assistants, Mr. X found himself in extreme solitude. He didn't know where his attacker was or where he was sitting. As the thoughts went through his mind, Mr. X regained control of his spirituality as he redirected it towards the golden ring with an embedded ruby on his left index finger. However, going from a thought to a decision, then going from a decision to an action took long. It was as though he was acting out his thought process in slow motion. This gave Senior plenty of time to raise Mr. X's palm, bend his finger, and tap the inside of his forehead, which was uncovered by the brass mask as though in thought. It was a very faint tapping sound, and the strength used was quite significant, but under Klein's control, Senior held back perfectly. It made most of the strength enter Mr. X's mind without spreading outwards so as to hide any commotion. Oh my god, Kami's gonna be so mad. I should have changed the music like 20 minutes ago. Kami's gonna be so ticked. Oh fuck, I just thought of that. That's so bad. That's so bad, dude. Hold on, hold on. Let me just change the music really quickly. Good thing is, I don't think Kami watches VOD, so I don't think it matters that much. But fuck, he still scares me. No shit. Okay, yeah, Kami. Yeah, great. We were just. What's up, man? We were just, you know, watching a fight with some fight music. What's up? What's up? You know, chilling. Everyone, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Um, Mr. X's thoughts of emanating his spirituality were disrupted. Fuck no. Fuck. It was a very faint tapping sound, and the strength was quite significant, but under Klein's control, Senor held back perfectly. It was as though most of the strength entered Mr. X's mind without spreading outwards. Mr. X's thoughts of emanating his spirituality were dispersed, and he was temporarily unable to find his train of thought. By the time he recovered, the marionette's control had deepened. This made his thought process chaotic and impeded. Even his thinking and decision-making became extremely difficult. With the Wraith using all kinds of tiny, concealed actions to interfere with Mr. X's attempts to use his various Beyonder powers and impressive mystical items, he slowly slid towards the abyss of becoming a marionette. He watched helplessly as he marched towards death slowly. Only then did he realize how terrifying and unsolvable the combination of marionette and Wraith was. The hunt continued silently under everyone's nose. As Klein's control deepened, Mr. X's action turned stiffer and sluggish. However, with the Wraith possessing him, no one could notice any problems. To be precise, Mr. X's actions were no longer a result of him being sluggish, but from Wraith Senor. He wasn't even able to show the look of despair in his eyes. Oh, this guy's gonna die silently, writhing around. Fucked. But even though this is done and then he's dead, how does Klein get his head and his characteristic? Amidst the transaction that either succeeded or failed, ranging from arguments and negotiation, 5 minutes quickly passed. Klein was just one step from killing Mr. X and turning him into a marionette, but he couldn't do so. This was because he had yet to digest much of the potion. He could only control one marionette at a time, so if he wanted to control Mr. X, he had to give up the Wraith. But as soon as he gave the Wraith up, the Admiral of Blood, who was long dead, would immediately surface and be discovered by everyone. It would bring about a lot of trouble. Similarly, if Klein didn't give up his Wraith marionette and assassinated Mr. X while he wasn't able to resist, he needed to consider the Aurora Order Saint who was lurking in the shadows. This was the most difficult part of the plan. To silently control Mr. X and remove his ability to resist wasn't difficult with the combination of Marionette and Wraith. The way to killing him wasn't difficult either. Mr. X in the present state could easily be finished off by Klein with an air bullet. The difficulty was in leaving safely after pulling off the stunt. This required patience. Time slowly passed as Klein appearing calm despite his tense nerves, pretended that he wasn't interested in the items as he kept silent the entire time. Finally, when the gathering came to an end, Mr. X said in a deep voice, "The end." His words were succinct, just like the way he ended previous gatherings, at least what Geo described before's. As the gathering members stood up one by one, Klein mixed in with them, looking inconspicuous, and at the same time, he reached into his pocket and he flipped open Leimano's travel based on his sense of touch. Wait, is he gonna hit him with a fucking lightning bolt? Is he gonna be walking out and he just goes, lightning bolt, bang, and he dies? But then he still doesn't get the characteristic, no. Guys, if he doesn't get the Traveler's characteristic, Forz is back on the chopping block. Y'all don't understand. That's why Klein is the MC. What? I never claimed to be the protagonist, so I don't want to be the MC, dude. I'm good. The three types of paper in Lemano's Travel clearly had different textures. The white paper that could only record low sequences was thin, flat, and smooth. Mr. I don't hate fours, not looking too strong. I don't hate fours. I'm just saying that's a really important power to have. And ideally, we could get it from Mr. X. But if we can't get it from Mr. X, we have a second option, you know? We have a sacrificial lamb. The yellowish-brown goat skin that could record sequence 5 or 6 powers were very pliable like tanned leather, and the 3 charred yellow pages that could record godhood powers were thick and textured. Klein's fingers quickly found the thick and textured 3 pages as he gently pinched the middle page. Although his pocket wasn't large enough, preventing him from fully opening Lemano's Travel, the hooded robe was personally modified by Forrest herself. The pocket had plenty of space, allowing the palm-sized spellbook to flip to the right angle. As Klein used his palm to prevent Lemano's Travel from closing, he used his finger to slide across the corresponding page's surface. The surface had slight bumps and depressions, making the strange patterns and symbols that were filled with mystery and ancient vibes be directly presented in his mind. He injected his spirituality. This charred yellow page recorded to a demigod power of the storm pathway, Hurricane. Klein wanted to use it to create chaos so as to interfere with the Aurora Order Saint lurking in the darkness. By doing so, he could seize the opportunity to assassinate Mr. X and escape with the wind. Klein ain't doing that as she suffers for eternity? It don't matter, baby girl. It don't matter. No, small sacrifice. Grazing Forrest's true love, then she will always be with you. Listen, I'm just saying, when Dunn does it, you guys are like, no, he just wanted to be close to his teammates. He loved them. If Klein grazes Forrest, no, it's the humanity, the horror. Fucking God, you guys have no consistency at all. Aside from this, the chaos would effectively hide his tracks by letting the members of the gathering scatter, and with everyone's identity being a mystery. Doing so would make everyone a suspect. The Aurora Order would then find it difficult to pinpoint Geo. As his thoughts whirred, Klein locked his gaze onto a spot, slowly pulling out Lemano's Travel. Meanwhile, Mr. X took 2 steps to the side. Standing near him like he was a friend he hadn't seen in years. Following that, there was a loud buzz as terrifying hurricanes spilled out of control in front of everyone. It was where Klein had targeted his spirituality. Klein was going, because Dunn does it when they're already dead? Yes, but then are they alive with him? Yeah, kind of. So are they suffering because they should be dead but they're alive? Maybe. You don't know either. Am I making it up on the spot? Maybe, but it could be true. So therefore, unless you say one is bad, you can't say the other is bad, you hypocrites. Fuck you. Dude, someone needs to make the meme of me jumping through every hurdle possible to justify killing Force. The tables, coffee tables, sofas, and high-backed chairs in the room flew up as the violent hurricane ripped through the walls. Audrey and carrying the Fours can encounter an accident. Fours can be introduced to Truck-chan. Well, when Klein does it too, they are dead. True, Nightwalker, they're dead too, so it's really the same as Dunn taking the characteristic. Checkmate. You will regret it when Forrest reaches sequencing. Forrest can never reach sequence 0 until Mr. Door comes back, I guess, because he's stuck wherever the fuck he's stuck, and he has a sequence 0 characteristic. If Klein hadn't purposely controlled the timing and direction of the hurricane, not only would Mr. X's old house be destroyed, but even the series of condominiums around it would suffer damage. As for the gathering participants, they would be swept away in a hurricane, and their survival would only depend on luck. The buzzing sounds quickly intensified as the hurricane that reached into the sky was like a terrifying giant. It stomped across the alley towards the street, leaving nothing behind in its wake. Klein was similarly swept up as he possessed Mr. X, as he and the possessed Mr. X were thrown onto another street. During this process, both of them were standing close to one another. Along with how a wraith could float, these could control the target's body to a certain degree, even with the hurricane. Therefore, the distance between Klein and Mr. X ultimately stayed within 5 meters. His control of the spirit body threads never terminated. Quick question. If Klein eliminates his marionette control of the Senor for a second, to gain control of Mr. X to kill him, can he then let go of Mr. X's control after he's dead and then control Senor again? Or once it's cut and they're dead, it's gone? Because then there's no more spirit body threads? In the mid-air and the howling winds in his ear, Klein suddenly yanked at his chest with his right hand, tearing away the hooded robe's surface, reached under his arms and drew out Death Knell. He can't do that? Fuck. Shit. You can't control the dead. That's literally what he's doing, Nightwalker. The Senor is dead. What do you mean? Senor becomes an object. Object don't have threads? Okay. So basically, he's right now holding on to the threads of his spirit body, but as soon as he lets them go, they go away, and there's no more threads to control. But as long as he's constantly holding on to the reins, they don't float away, basically. And although in Mr. X's current state, where just air bullets alone could finish him off, Klein decided to be cautious. He was afraid that certain mystical items on his body would be triggered, like the Admiral of Blood's necklace. When hunting, it was necessary to do his best. Klein's vigorous actions of drawing the revolver had obviously affected his control of the spirit body threads. If it wasn't because Mr. X was on the brink of being fully controlled, just this action alone was enough to recover his lucidness. However, even so, Mr. X's thoughts were no longer impeded as his mind sped up. He attempted to resist, but with the wraith possessing him, it had forced his efforts to be in vain. Then Mr. Eyes reflected an opponent who swooped downwards. It was with a thin face with produced facial lines. In his figure, the person coldly cocked the revolver, pointed the black barrel at him. Bang! Klein didn't hesitate to pull the trigger as the gunshot wound was drowned by the howling winds. That's crazy good, dude. There was no hesitation. He came down, he said, "Bah, bitch." Bang. Whereas, like, old Klein was like, damn, bro. Like, you know, like, I'm taking, like, a human life. They're so, like, human lives are so valuable. Like, do I really want to kill him? Current Gehrman is like, bitch, time to go. I'm getting the monies. I mean, he's not getting any money, but he's getting his characteristic. Mr. X's head jerked back as though it was an invisible hand that had pressed onto it. His head and brass mask shattered into pieces, splattering red and white everywhere. It was a lethal shot. The death knell had sounded the knell for him. Oh, that is such a hard line. What the fuck? After the shot, Klein fell to the ground on his back. With a thud, Mr. X landed beside him as the blood and fragments that scattered in midair strangely floated back, gathering by his neck and forming a head filled with cracks and crevices. This was the ability of a wraith. At that moment, the hurricane started to disperse, and the huge commotion had undoubtedly caught the notice of faraway demigods. Inside the Holy Wind Cathedral and the New Backland Diocese, Deep Blue officiant Randall Valentinius instantly flew out of his room as he floated in the air. Randall Valentinius? Bro, is he the fucking grandchild of Saint Valentine? What the fuck is this name? Klein, who had fallen on the ground, noticed that the wind pressure had weakened. With Death Knell in one hand and Leimanos Travel in the other, he flipped the ladder to the first yellowish-brown goatskin page. After obtaining the spellbook, he realized there were a few pages recorded in it, one of them being a traveler's door. He's gonna use the door to travel away with the body so then he can take off the head to give to Forrest and take the characteristic for him. So smart. Klein originally thought it was a coincidence, but on careful thought, he found it to be inevitable. This was because Leimanos Travel belonged to the Abraham family, who wielded the apprentice pathway and the corresponding mystical items, so they had the resources to easily record a traveler's power. After all, this was very, very useful. At that moment, as long as the traveler door was formed, Klein could leave unharmed with Mr. X's corpse. He hadn't used it in the building because it was possible that the Aurora Order Saint might intercept it. Furthermore, Mr. X was also a traveler. He also had a chance of successfully escaping via a traveler door. Therefore, Klein didn't dare to risk it until he was dead. At that moment, Klein's vision went black as he realized the surrounding streets were filled with a pitch-black, strange liquid. In the darkness, shadows began to come alive. A demigod's power. The Aurora Order Saint is nearby. There's no way to directly teleport away. Klein's heart tensed up as he flipped through Leimanos Travel to a charred yellow page. Sizzle. A silver python snaked out of the thin air, embroiling itself in the darkness as it illuminated everything. Lightning storm! The coagulated pitch-black darkness shattered instantly, and without any hesitation, Klein stuffed Death Knell into his right hand. Klein stuffed Death Knell into his pocket with his right hand, pinching the dark green stone that was filled with burn marks. Door! He chanted in ancient Hermes. Door? Mr. Door? Coincidence? I think not. A light blue brilliance burst out as Klein's figure rapidly turned into a blur. Even Mr. X's corpse, which had come close to grab onto his shoulder, had experienced similar changes. The two figures instantly turned invisible as they vanished from the spot. They quickly departed into the spirit world with overlapping, saturated colors, pulling off an ingenious escape. In the shadowy alley with flattened gathering buildings which had planks, rubble, clothes, and all kinds of random items, someone harumphed? What is this word? Harumphed? I've never seen this word. Harumph. Cleared the throat noisily, and damn it! At this moment, the other gathering members had already fled onto the street. From far away in the sky, a sonic boom could be heard. This guy's gotta be another Sea King or higher, eh? Holy shit. This guy just broke this fucking speed barrier. Zhu and Forrest, who were searching for ghosts in the East Borough, were alarmed by the sky that suddenly lit up. They looked into the distance and saw the silver forest that seemed to bloom like a forest. The twisted form and scene of horror had them trembling despite the distance. They didn't dare look straight at it. Do you see the apprentice pathway's supremacy now? It is kind of base, dude. If you can choose one item to get transmigrated to Lord of the Mysteries with, what item would it be? A toothbrush. I feel like they would have really dog shit toothbrushes back then. The twisted form and sense of horror had left them trembling despite the distance. They didn't dare look straight at it. What happened over there? Gio mumbled. Forrest actually had a genius guess, but she found it difficult to believe. This was because it far exceeded her expectations of the world's strength. In a dark alley, Klein appeared out of the thin air with Mr. X's corpse. He wasn't flustered at all. He kept Death Knell in his pocket as he took and then took another book, Grozel's Travel. Klein smacked the book written by Onkvalt onto Mr. X's face, staining the cover with blood. Moments later, Mr. X's corpse vanished, leaving behind a Wraith Senor in his dark red coat and triangular hat. Can you get the characteristic out of Grizel's travel now? Well, he got the Wraith out of there, so he can get the characteristic out and the head out. That is actually so clever. No one's ever gonna find the bottom. Like, Klein is literally using. Like, Klein can literally say, "You'll never find the body," and he's saying it. That is so clever. That is so clever, dude. Holy shit. And then watch this. We're gonna be reading the Volume 4 chapter notes whenever we fucking get done. And Cuttlefish is gonna hit us with, "Oh, you know when Klein put Mr. X's body in Grizel's travel? Just made that up on the spot." This guy's fucking insane, dude. They need to actually study his brain after he dies. Holy shit. Right on the heels of that, Klein put away Grizel's travel and flipped open Leimano's travel and made another charred yellow page light up. Suddenly, a bright light emitted from the book as an illusory angel with 12 wings flew up and landed on Klein. All of this happened in an instant before darkness returned to the alley. Only the dim moonlight continued illuminating the area. The angel is to prevent any divination, so if Aurora Order or the official Beyonders do any investigation, they can't find anything about Klein. Klein immediately took out another metal bottle. He's still not done. This is insane. Poured out the blood stored inside and uniformly smeared it across Leimano's travel. After doing that, he put away everything else, pulling away the hooded robe and throwing it beside him. A scarlet flame immediately soared up, burning the tattered robe. Meanwhile, Klein silently grew another 10 centimeters as he transformed into a relatively ordinary appearance. Then he identified his bearings with the help of the stars, and picked up a fallen branch to assist him as he quickly toured through the darkness, returning back to his motel. At this moment, he still had no idea what additional weakness he had been given. Inside the single room, Klein changed into his own clothes, turning back into Gearman. Seeing this thin and cold, crazy-looking adventurer in the mirror, he fell silent for a few seconds, picked up his top hat, and began wearing it. Above the flattened building, Church of Storms Cardinal, Backland Diocese, Archbishop, Deep Blue Officiant Randall Valentinius. No, there'd be an I after the end then. Valentinus, who had failed in capturing anyone, looked down in silence for an extended period of time. And Grizel's travel is to store the body into anti-divination of the... Yeah, exactly. 160 Bauckland Street. Upon seeing the visitor outside, Walter asked in surprise, "Your Excellency, why are you suddenly here? Is there something wrong?" Bishop Electra chuckled. "I heard that Dwayne is sick, so I'm here to visit him. Perhaps he will quickly recover under the goddess's blessing." Fuck, no! This fucking bishop is gonna fuck up everything! No! Dude! Klein just pulled the fucking... No! Klein just pulled the fucking... Oh, he pulled off perfection, and this dumb bitch is gonna ruin it! Oh, no, Eridus, no, you can't, no, Eridus, no, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Dude, the bishop is gonna be like, "Hello, my son, are you feeling better?" "Yes, father. Have you thought of ever having sex with any of your female colleagues?" No, no, don't let Eridus cook. No, no. Don't let Eridus cook. No. Don't let him cook. Trust Eridus, he will never hurt the great master. Let him cook. Okay. Walter, who came to the third story and rapped on the master's bedroom. Who is it? Dantes asked. Sir, Bishop Electra is here to visit you. Do you wish to meet him in the living room or the activity room, or should he be invited directly to the bedroom? Usually, visitors weren't permitted to enter the master's bedroom. This was rather impolite, but visiting the sick was an exception. After a brief silence, Dwayne replied, "Invite him to the bedroom." "Yes, sir." As Walter gestured for Richardson to urge a maid to prepare some tea, he walked down to invite Bishop Electra of the Church of the Evernight up. Soon, Electra entered the bedroom and saw Dwayne Dantes lying in bed, looking haggard. "Richardson, get the bishop a seat," the pale Dantes said with a smile. Richardson had already done so. He had moved a high-backed chair to a spot near the bed. However, Electra took a few steps forward to observe the new tycoon and asked in concern, "Dwayne, how are you? Did you consult a physician?" His spiritual perception wasn't triggered, so he didn't make any attempts. He was only visiting a pious believer out of concern. "I'm actually almost recovered. I believe I'll be able to head over to the church tomorrow or the day after to listen to your preachings." "That's good. I was wondering if I needed to pray to the goddess to bless you," Electra chuckled. At this moment, Dwayne glanced at the bishop and chuckled. "Actually, I have a question. Are clergymen at the Church of the Goddess allowed to get married?" This question has actually troubled us for the longest time. In ancient times, oh my fucking god, he's just gonna get into... He's just gonna get into some fucking history lesson. In ancient times, the archbishops had engaged in intense debates about this on several theosophical meetings. On one side believed that servants of the goddess needed to maintain their purity, be men or women, otherwise it would be sacrilegious. The other side found words from the goddess in the revelations of the Evernight and other books. Believing that the goddess encouraged marriage, she encouraged equality between both sexes and for them to have normal contact. Dude. Okay, hold on. Am I crazy? Could Evernight be a transmigrator? Is that possible? Because, like, she encouraged equality. That's no problem. Like, you know, a woman wants username, "You're so mean." She encouraged them to have equality. No problem. A woman asking for equality when there's sexism, totally fair. No problem. For them to have normal contact, that would be so weird. That's so weird. Get the tinfoil hat out. Bro, you guys are so mean. Let me just oh, fuck you guys. Ugh. Okay. Because equality everyone would totally go for. But to have normal contact, that's so weird. Go to bed, Unc. You guys are so mean. Why would normal contact? Because it wouldn't be something a woman of that time would naturally think of. She would say, like, "Hey, I want there to be equality with men and women." Totally get it. No problem. But this would be so out of left field. You know what I mean? Can we do a quick divination for the boys? Come VC. Oh, wait, you guys are up? The server's up? Oh, shit. Oh, that is right. We should do a Minecraft Discord. That's true. We should do a roll. That's true, Burnt. That's like a good idea. Sorry. Okay. I support you, even if you're 3 years crazy. My strongest soldier. My goat. Zaza, stop trying to rob me, you bitch. Do I have any money? I have 6,000. Cool. Coin flip. You sexist? You think of women? You think that women can't think of a thing? That's not what I said, bro. I mean, no. Okay. Evernight Goddess is a no. The person who became the Evernight Goddess was a transmigrator from our world. Fucking... interference every time. Every time. God, I fucking hate divining about the gods. They're such bitches, bro. That's not even just because she's a woman. That's so mean. Okay. The person who became the Evernight goddess was a transmigrator from our world. It has been ordained by the gods. We defeated the interrogation. Because I remember a while back someone said like, could any of the gods be or did I say this or did someone ask this? I actually can't remember. But like I maybe someone said this that like, or I don't know if someone asked me this or if I feel like someone asked me this because it was because I don't think I would directly come up with it. It felt like a pointed question. Someone asked if I thought like gods were transmigrators, and I said I thought it was possible, especially because like the angel of imagination, Adam, can know fuck this on light mode. You guys are gonna make fun of me again. Can know immediately if the name of the Twilight Hermit Order was ever said. So I thought like maybe he was of our world, so that's why he could tell of our languages or something. So Evernight goddess is a transmigrator. Confirmed kinda with divination. You guys are so mean. Dude, I actually want to take that Anki emote away from you guys. Y'all are spamming the fuck out of this. What the fuck? Church of Knowledge and Wisdom also encourages normal contact of both sexes. Well, then they're both transmigrators, Dr. Z. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just wrong. Bro, these guys did 9 of that emote back to back with no words. That's insane. Hold on. Okay. She encouraged equality between both sexes and for them to have normal contact. Hence, clergymen should be an example of this. And not a negative example. By doing so, they would that would be the greatest respect towards the goddess. What about the Earth Mother? Not Brody. In recent times, this question has basically been shelved. The church doesn't ban or encourage it. The only request is that the married clergymen are not to let their families live in the cathedrals. Dwayne then curled the corner of his lips. Dwayne, Your Excellency, do you have a wife? 2 years ago, I walked down the aisle under the goddess's watch. I happen to have a child this year. I originally imagined that I would remain single my entire life to serve the goddess, but... As he spoke, he gave a self-deprecating chuckle. Without waiting for Dwayne to probe deeper, Electra asked, "You seem to be single as well. Are you considering the problem of getting married?" He seemed to imagine that Dwayne had such thoughts and asked directly, "What kind of lady do you like? Perhaps I might be able to introduce you with someone." No, Electra, you just asked 2 questions. Now I was gonna have to ask you 2 more. I often chose adventures to amass wealth in the past, so I wasn't able to get married. Afraid I would get dragged down. I like many types of women and I'm not picky. I like those older than me, those who can give me warmth, and those who make me feel at ease. Eridas is just making shit up. Oh no. Before he finished, his valet Richardson wore a stunned expression. He hurriedly turned his head aside and lowered it. He felt his face burning for some baffling reason. Dwayne, Eridas basically said, I'm looking for someone to call me a sweet summer child." Dwayne, who didn't seem to sense it as he continued, "I also like those who are younger than me, those who are pure and lively, making anyone who sees them feel as though it is dawn because of the radiance. Bishop Electra's face froze as he raised his palm and clenched it into his fist to cough. No, yet Dwayne didn't stop. No, Erudus, what are you doing to me? Oh, no. 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 I also like those who were once in love or married. Oh. So people wouldn't dare approach due to their status. Women who can only be viewed from afar. So they're so charming that each action is so intoxicating and irresistible. Butler Walter, who was standing nearby, trembled. He felt as though he had experienced a dream that he didn't wish to wake up from. He had no idea if it was a good or bad dream. Dwayne was about to continue, but he stopped. He then chuckled. That's all very normal. Oh, that is not normal, Dwayne. What did you, Erudus? What did you do? Oh my god. This is gonna be Klein's reputation. This is Erudus right now. He's just talking about women. Any woman at all.
Right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
He's like, I like all the women. Take my word. No. No. No, Erudus, what have you done? What have you done? I wouldn't replace this for anything, but Dwayne is so cooked. Dwayne is so cooked. He's never gonna be allowed into the cathedral again. He's gonna walk into the cathedral and they're just gonna douse him with holy water. He's not gonna be invited to any balls because everyone's like, bro, he's looking. He's like, oh, wait. Hold on. This is gonna be high society after they hear of what Dwayne was talking about when he was sick.
Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
The attacker.
High society is not inviting him anywhere, bro. They're gonna be like, bro, get this man the fuck out of here. No. No. Dwayne is about to continue, but he stopped producing any sound after opening his mouth. He then chuckled. And that's all very good. That's all very normal. When humans are at their limits and under the influences of their senses, they often will have some abnormal thoughts. As long as they're repressed while acting in line with one's will, they wouldn't feel like torture. One would still be a husband, a father, a good man. That's very reasonable. Oh yes, thank you. That's very reasonable. When I'm incensed, I often have irrational thoughts, but few people will turn them into reality, Bishop Electra ingeniously changed the subject. The bishop didn't stay long. After drinking a few sips of his black tea that the maid delivered, he got up and bade farewell. The room quickly turned quiet as the window at the balcony silently opened. Klein, who had changed back into Dwayne, agilely leapt inside. Thankfully, I returned in time. If I allowed Erastus to continue speaking, the bishop would probably renounce a pious believer like me. Perhaps I'll even discover Walter and Richardson hanging from their rooms tomorrow morning. He said what Erastus said was so shameful. My servants would kill themselves upon knowing they worked for a lunatic like me. Dude, you ever done a thing so bad your servants kill themselves because they're like, I have associated with this man. I must commit seppuku to get rid of my evil deeds. That's insane. That final response had been formulated by him, and he got Erastus to read it. Of course, this was his contingency plan for the worst case scenario. He had believed that Erastus wouldn't have made the situation develop that far. Was read my last chat if you don't mind. Read my last chat. Quick question, I wasn't here when you read the part where Klein was acting as the general demigod. What did you think of that part? Bro, that was so cooked. His mistress, the first night, Klein like barely got away and she was like sad. And I was like, okay, I can see why she'd be sad. She was like, she really cared for him. Okay. He pushes her away the second night. She was like really depressed. I was like, oh, she's going to do some shit. I did not expect her to nuke the whole house. Wiz, I think you misunderstood something. Erastus basically said their wildest fantasies. The bishop, the butler, and Richardson's type was what he said? Wait, actually? Wait, so he read their true desires and he said those to the bishop, and that's why they were all freaking out so much? Because they were all like, yo, he's saying this? Oh, I did not catch that. Oh, that is so cooked. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that's so good. I did not get that at all. That's so good. Welcome back, great master. The Dwayne Dantas in bed bowed. Did your loyal and humble servant Erastus do well? Hearing the mirror stammer the question, Klein sighed. It's still alright, you did pretty good. However, try not to agitate others when chatting. I will take note. The fake Dantas rapidly vanished as the mirror appeared on the pillow. By the way, anyone in chat, if you're interested in spamming the Ankh emoji like my fucking biggest haters out here, consider joining our membership. God, fuck these guys. Above the mirror, silver light bloomed as the words appeared. Thank you for your affirmation. I will continue following in your footsteps. I look forward to being of service to you next time. Thank you for your affirmation. I will, no. After a goodbye expression was sketched out, the mirror returned to normal. Klein went close to it and put away the mirror before entering the bathroom attached to the master bedroom. Mr. Shark, how's it going? He took 4 steps counterclockwise and headed above the gray fog. He wanted to complete the grazing before Mr. X's spirit body dispersed. In the book world, inside a cave on a snow-laden mountain peak, Klein looked at Mr. X's corpse and carefully identified the head that had been pieced together from the fragments. He matched it with the fragments of the pictures of the target's picture which Miss Magician had provided. It's him. I hope I'll obtain traveling and record. With them, I will be able to make a killing with this operation. Otherwise, I'll have to consider getting Miss Magician to pay more. The difficulty between hunting a Sequence 5 and that of facing a demigod are 2 completely different matters. Wait, he's gonna... Oh, wait. He's gonna use Creeping Hunger on him. I had imagined that he would take the characteristic and have an artifact made from it. Because with an artifact, you can choose what power you would like, right? An artifact can be a lot more picky, whereas with a Creeping Hunger, you kind of get what you get. The difficulty when hunting a Sequence 5 and that of facing a demigod are two completely different matters. As Klein thought, he reached out his left hand. He needs to find an artisan. Why not just give it to Alger and then Alger can give it, no? Alger has an artisan. As Klein thought, he reached out his left palm and spread open his fingers, aiming at the corpse where his spirituality hadn't completely dispersed. Yeah, but artifacts aren't free. Nothing in this world is free, i.e. But now he has money now. It's not like he's clamoring for money right now. I mean, Klein's a brokey, so you know he can always do it if he doesn't get the power he wants. True. I want to be clear. Brokey is a mindset, okay? Brokey doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have. Klein could be a millionaire. Klein would still be a brokey, because in his mind he would be like, I have 1,057,000 pounds, 894. 5 soli and 8 pence. That is a Baroque mindset, bro. Also, the appearance of a Sequence 5 characteristic after Mr. X died would try to find out where it came from. They could find Klein to a degree. True. As Klein reached out his left palm and spread open his fingers, aiming at the corpse whose spirituality hadn't completely dispersed, plus 5 coins. Creeping Hunger quickly transformed back into its original form, looking as though it was made of thin human skin. 2 eyes split open in the middle of its palm. Its pupils were bright red, as though they were dyed in blood. Amidst a cold and eerie wind, Mr. X's significantly dispersed spirit body and resplendent beyonder specks of light that resembled the Milky Way drilled into Creeping Hunger, fixing onto a blank finger. Creeping Hunger had first turned transparent as it was a shadow of the spirit world before returning to normal. Oh, it doesn't matter what deed you guys have done in the past. I promise that with every Beyonder I kill in the future, I'll replace and release you guys. Oh, true. Yeah, but, I mean, get a good power. That's more important. Huh. Klein closed his eyes and sensed it as his brow gradually eased. A smile surfaced on his face. His luck was pretty good because he had drawn one of the Beyonder powers he wanted most. Traveler's Door! Let's go! We can travel through the spirit world now. Who needs Mr. Azek to come get us when we can go get Mr. Azek now? Fuck yeah. Yes, Fours is safe now. Everybody, rejoice. Milosh, be truly happy. Fours is no longer on the chopping block, baby. Let's go. It could also be called the Door of Teleportation, Transportation, or Traveling. Its effects was to allow a person to traverse the spirit world while sensing the external world. Beyonders of different sequences could endure traveling for different periods of time due to differences in their spirit body potency. This made the effects of spirit world traversal and distance differ. If it's a sequence 9 or 8, they wouldn't be able to go beyond Backland. With my present level, I wonder if I can directly head to the primitive islands which Mr. Hangman provided. If that doesn't work, I can split it into a few trips, Klein thought as he smiled. Now Gehrman is the real menace around the sea. Actually, imagine Forrest, what the fuck? Gehrman sees someone at a bar, and the guy sees him and he goes, he runs out of the bar. He goes onto the ship and he's like, no, we have to leave the port right now. They leave port. The guy's looking out at the port, and he's like, oh my god, we're safe. And then he turns around once they're away from the port. He turns around and Gehrman is standing behind him. Sup, bitch. Oh, true. At this point, he realized that the Traveler's strength in head-on combat was pretty good too. This was because the difficulty of using short-distance traveling was about the same as Flaming Jump. This also meant that a traveler could keep phasing around an opponent, opening up and narrowing distances as they pleased. This would catch people by surprise and also preventing them from inflicting a successful blow. Furthermore, if plenty of powers were recorded and vigilance that accompanied immediately departing once... Furthermore, if plenty of powers were recorded and the vigilance that accompanies immediately departing once something felt amiss, Klein suspected that even with Lightning Storm and Hurricane, there was no way of restraining a traveler in direct combat. Oh, cinema's coming? Nice, 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 nice. I told you Apprentice is kind of peak. Further, indeed, a Marionetta should try to hide behind the shadows. As Klein thought poignantly, he cast his gaze on Mr. X's corpse. As Creeping Hunger had also obtained another Beyonder power, it was door opening of the Apprentice sequence. It was equivalent to a very weakened version of traveling and was of little value. So basically he got one power that's of use, but he got the power that he wanted most, so it kind of doesn't matter. That's all I wanted of the Apprentice pathway. They can keep all their other dogshit powers. I can travel to the spirit world, that's all I want. Monster Peaker? Maybe. Turning his gaze, Klein noticed the ruby ring on Mr. X's hand. Say that Apprentice was very bad? I said that the low sequences of Apprentice was pretty bad. Yeah. What are your thoughts? Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me be clear. When I was ranking them, I was going off the low sequences. I was going off like 9, 8, and 7. 9, 8, and 7 were just bad off Apprentice. This is just true. I'm sorry. The fucking description for Astrologer is impotent spells. Klein's low sequences weren't bad either. Weren't good either. I felt like Magician was way better than Apprentice, or was way better than what the fuck is sequence 7 of theirs? What is Astrologer? Is it? Yeah, I feel like Astrologer is like way worse than a Magician. Forrest just does not do it justice. Maybe Klein makes up for it with his insane IQ. Maybe. Okay. Should we do Magician is mid-sequence? No, Magician is 7, which is in the old sense of the word low sequence. So we're going 9, 8, 7 is low sequences. 6 and 5 are mid, and 4 and higher are high. Okay, not all path. This is because qualitative change in Apprentice is 6. Do you guys want to do one more? Do you guys want to do one more chapter so we can figure out what Klein's bounty from this? Klein's booty from this fight. Do you want to do one more? We can do one more quickly if you guys want. Yes? Unhinged, how's it going, man? Yep, yeah, okay. You've also got the interviews if you haven't watched. No, we watched the interviews yesterday, username. We watched them all yesterday. The newest ones. No, take a rest for the easy talk. I feel good. We'll do one more chapter, dog. So it's Alright. Last chapter. We'll finish this in like 20 minutes. And then we'll have like two and a half hours of rest between when mine and Easy's talks. And then that's it. And then I will see you guys at night. Maybe. We might not do a night stream today. Just maybe I want to rest a little bit because tomorrow and the day and the couple of days after are going to be hectic as fuck, boys. Y'all ready? Okay. 781. Negative effects. Yes. Ooh. My god. It lags, so I don't know the Klein VA interview. No, we did not watch the VA interview username. No, we did not watch that. After staring at Mr. X's corpse for a while, Klein held back the urge to personally dig through his pockets for spoil of war. He made the Senor take 2 steps and retrieve the ruby ring. This way. I gotta go 1:30, I'm sleepy as hell now. No worries, Thunder. See ya, buddy. You made it through the most peak part, so fuck yeah. This way, even if Mr. X carried an item with unimaginable negative effects, it would be endured by the marionette and not himself. After some careful inspection, Senor held a ruby ring, 48 pounds in cash, and an ordinary pipe. That's all? An oracle only has this much? Klein was rather surprised, as he nearly cursed. Soon, he recovered his calm and used his reasoning to convince himself that the situation was reasonable. Mr. X is a traveler. He can record the beyonder power of others and is considered an all-rounder. Even if such a powerhouse were to have other items, he would tend to record them and not carry them around. This way, he could enjoy the benefits without suffering from the negative effects that could prevent him from that could cause him to get killed. Using this line of thought, the effects of this ring was likely to be passive or triggered. With this in mind, Klein gently nodded. He made the Senor carry Mr. X's cracked and sticky head, possess him, and then return above the grey fog. Sitting behind the fool's seat, he was no longer afraid of anything. Oh, that's so cool. He's so profoundly confident in the grey fog's abilities now. He came up there and he was like, "Oh, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Gods. Feedback, nothing, none of it has any impact on me." Oh, he's so cocky. He's so cocky. Order's very poor. He took the ruby ring and used divination to determine the actual effects of the item. Its name is Flower of Blood. Jesus Christ, that is a scary name. You ain't your oracles. You ain't paying your oracle shit. It allows the wearer to control their body at a deeper level, as long as they don't suffer from instant death or are completely purified, hence losing the ability to control it, they will be able to slowly recover. This is equivalent to having a passive effect. From the looks of it, my choice of delivering a lethal strike with Death Knell was the correct one. If I hadn't used all my might, Mr. X might not have actually died. He would then be able to use the extreme pain to awaken himself and escape the control of a marionettist. He had also considered his weakness of being more of a spellcaster and having a body that was insufficient in strength. This ring has spell magic to a degree. It's quite useful. As Klein held the ruby ring, he wrapped the edge of the table. He then began probing the negative effects of the ring. Nearly a minute later. Oh, Klein wore a twisted look. Come on. With dream divination, he had interpreted that ring's effects. It would involve randomly making the wearer lose all rationale and ability to think. Great. This is in line with the true creator. Klein couldn't help but grind his teeth. A negative effect that was completely random meant that there was no way that the Flower of Blood could be used. Thinking back to the scene before, Klein muttered in an amused and peeved manner, "Mr. X dared to wear such a thing? Oh, that's right. People who change their fate to the true creator don't have any faculty to think anyway. Wearing such a ring wouldn't make them worse." I wasn't close with Mr. X. What do you feel about this, Romero? What about this slander? Phew. Klein heaved a sigh of relief. He decided to throw the ring into a junk pile and not vex over it. From his point of view, it was a piece of crap that he couldn't use, nor was willing anyone to buy it unless he sold it to the Aurora Order. However, that would only make the true creator very happy. At that moment, he caught sight of the Admiral of Blood Seigneur standing beside him. Why didn't I think of that? I might not be able to use it, but he can. After all, he's dead and just follows my instructions. He doesn't need to think. Admiral of Blood, Flowers of Blood. It's destined to be a pair. This way, he can still be fixed even if I can't phase into a wraith in time. Or if his zombie body isn't strong enough to withstand a blow, causing him to lose a ring or two. Or a limb or two. Oh, that's so clever. Even I didn't think of that. Oh, that's so clever. Of course, to a marionette, that's not important, and it doesn't affect his intrinsic character. His main goal is to obtain the additional flesh of magic. A few seconds later, a delighted Klein made Seigneur pick up the ruby ring and wear it on his left index finger. After doing this, Klein made the wraith turn to a golden coin before he raised his left palm and spread his fingers. He wanted to release the interrogator from creeping hunger. This was a promise he made a long time ago. This was the last spirit body that had been grazed by the Rear Admiral. It was time to set it free. Amidst an indistinct cold wind, a blurry soul appeared by the side of the bronze table. He was a man in a navy uniform. He was in his 30s and had the rank of a commander. What's your name? How did the Vice Admiral kill you? Probably turn down the music a little? Oh yeah, no worries. What's your name? How did the Rear Admiral kill you? My name is Andy Hayden, the second mate of the Enmat. Enmat? Enmat Harbor? I died at a battle at sea. No, I didn't die immediately. I was captured by a physician before I entered that glove of yours. I do not know of a Kilongos, much less heard of him. The interrogator was already inside of the club when Kilongos obtained creeping hunger. As psychic piercing is very useful, he didn't switch it. I wonder who the previous user of creeping hunger was. Who is the physician who caught you? What did he look like? I do not know his name. I only remember his epaulet was that of a captain. I remember that he had a big impressionable nose. His eyes were blue and his facial hair was close to blonde. He was almost 2 meters tall. No, not physician. Phase action. I don't know. I thought I imagine this is how you pronounce it, but you guys let me know if I'm doing this wrong. It means a person from Faceac. Who is the like how would you pronounce this? Phasician? Phasician? Phase action? You said it right initially. How did I say it initially? I don't remember. Phasician. You know what? Fuck it. A person from Faceac. Fuck it. People from Faceac are common, other than his identity as a captain. What year did he die? Klein asked. 1338. 12 years ago. The Rear Admiral got famous less than 10 years. This captain might have already been that captain might have already been an admiral. Phase clan. Phase Banks? Banksy? Who is the Banksy who caught you? Forget it. Setting him free is already a good deed. Klein threw the matter to the back of his head as he conjured Gehrman. Please inform Miss Magician that Mr. X, Louis Wayne, is dead. Please get her to take receipt of the item in the spellbook. I'll request it from her when I need it again. The endless gray fog filled Forza's eyes. As Gehrman's words emotionlessly rang in her ear. He succeeded? That storm in the East Borough was created by him? Forz held down the upheavals in her heart, taking advantage of the silent night. She set up a bestowment ritual in her room. Before long, the candlelight and spirituality items created a door, and 2 items flew out. Forrest took a careful look. She nearly screamed as she covered her mouth. One of the items was Leymano's travel, while the second was a hideous head covered in cracks, stained with blood as if it was pieced together. As a graduate of med school, having worked as a doctor, Forrest had seen her fair share of corpses, but never had she seen such a disgusting, creepy, terrifying head. After composing herself, Forrest looked at the head again, identifying it to be Louis Wayne. Mr. World shattered the target's head and then pierced it back together? Forrest couldn't help but have a scene surface in her mind. It was that of the cold Gehrman sitting in front of a table, piercing together the bloody head fragments as though seriously putting together a jigsaw puzzle. This made Forrest involuntarily shiver. She felt an inexplicable sense that the world was a psychotic killer. Moving her gaze away, she took 2 steps forward and picked up Leymano's travel. Klein's gaze froze because there were more spells in the spellbook. Most of them were related to wind or lightning. This made her recall the lightning storm that passed by the East Burrow, convinced that it was created by Mr. World. Forrest flipped through to the 3 charred yellow pages in Leymano's travel and found them blank. She believed that Gehrman had likely obtained help from Mr. Fool to record beyond her powers at the demigod level. I just realized if I have enough money and resources, I can hire the Tarot Club members to help me record different powers. This way, Leymano's travel will become extraordinarily powerful. But I don't have money or resources. I can request for a reward from Teacher this time. I can say that I paid quite a price to get revenge on him. Forrest thought and thanked Mr. Fool and asked him to pass on the message to the world. I'm sorry that my payment isn't proportionate to the difficulty of the mission. After I receive a reward, I'll provide compensation. Forrest, you see, there was a reason. I knew Cuttlefish kept you alive for a reason, or we would be grazing you very soon. See, we kept you alive for a reason. Very clever gal. After the prayer, Forrest ended the ritual and hurriedly hid the head. If Gio discovers this, she'll imagine a horror story. After she was done, Forrest clapped her hands as though she leisurely thought. When Forrest replied, Klein couldn't help but Klein had already returned to the real world. All he heard was a vague female's voice, but even so, he couldn't help the fear and horror he felt. This was because Death Knell had brought an additional fear. The fear of women. The fear of women. True Sag. Actual Sag, bro. Actual Sag. Thank you, Forrest. Thank you, Forrest, for a fantastic meme. And of course, thank you to our phenomenal Lord Baelish. Your Honor, I know it sounds bad. Killing a girl you saved who has helped you make connections with the Abraham family for a single ability. But trust me, it's justified, okay? It's really justified and totally worth it. Hear me out. Based. Trissy in the sewers. Very cute. Very nice. He still isn't. I know, Ramiro, I need you to figure out how he has the ability to take away the name. I felt like I took away the nickname ability from him, but he still has it. I don't know. Figure it out. I don't know. Ramiro, help me, please. I don't know. Help me. Jesus Christ, she looks so evil here. I mean, she is evil, but Jesus Christ, she looks so evil here. She looks so evil. She looks so evil. Oh wait, he is Lord Baelish. Never mind, he is Lord Baelish. We're fine. Oh, that's because Ramiro's doing it right now. Sorry, that's because Ramiro's doing it right now. Thank you. Never mind. Never mind. Who is this? Still Trissy? This is, oh my god, the background is so nice. I don't know what you guys are doing to me. How much Trissy art, bro? Just remember, every demoness has killed countless innocent people. We must stay focused, my brothers. We must stay focused. Queen of Swords. This actually does. This actually does look good. What? That is crazy. How does he have the ability to do that? I don't understand. He changed it back. How? I don't understand. Daly and Dunn are what we wanted. Truly what we wanted. They look so peaceful. They deserved it. Should be fixed now? Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if we can change it again. Alright, Milosh. Show me your powers. If he can still do it, I just demote him from mod. Fuck it. We'll give him the art guy role, which we'll put just beside mod, but it'll limit what he can do. Giving Nagito a Savage title too because he was mod for a day. Can't do it anymore. I don't know if he's just lying because he doesn't want to lose his mod powers, or if he actually can't do it. I don't know. This looks so cute. He looks so reserved and she looks so not. True, look at this. He looks this is so good. Let's give Nagito a title too? Why? He was mod for a day. Lord Nagito the Unlucky. Look at him. He looks so horrified, and she looks so ready to do some ungodly stuff. My God, she's really pushing for equality over here. Holy shit. Nah, Nagito has a title already. What's Nagito's? Okay. For Devil, are we thinking? I was thinking, Red Devil, the Lord of Unholy. What we got? Sag, truly Sag. Oh, truly Sag. Nagito the Backstabber. Eridas as a girl. The Unholy Third. Alright, everyone else got such cool titles. Would you like to be the Lord of Lust, Nightwalker? We can do that. The Lord of Unks? No. I would be, I don't know. I'd have to think about something on top of the 7 deadly sins. I don't know, something like that. Lustbound Salty? Actually, we can, I mean, I don't mind changing it to the Lord of Lust. We can, if he likes that one. If he wants there to be Lord in the name, we can give him that. I got no issues with that. Gehrman, my God. We're back to the Gehrman art. There's so much Gehrman art. I mean, he looks the original sin. Oh, true. I can be Cain. This is really good too. The Lusty Lord. That's really good, Justin. That's really good. Oh, the Lusty Lord is so good. Nightwalker, the original sin was for me, brother, not for you. The Deacon of Degeneracy. That's actually not bad either. You look so sad. Nightwalker. Born in the lust of night. Gio. Maybe she appeared for a bit. She looks so masculine here. Is that weird? This is based on the one fucking Turkish shooter or whatever, right? From the Olympics. Night Stalker. Stop. No. What Forrest imagined? Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone made art of this? The Olympic shooter event was so peak. I know that one guy is just like, and he came in as second based. What a guy. There was talks of him. There was like his colleagues that were talking. They were like, dude, like he started shooting in his 30s or 40s, and he just shows up, smokes a cigarette, loads the gun, shoots a perfect round, and then leaves. Like, what the fuck? He doesn't make any sense. Jesus Christ, how much are you sending, username? Just a big comp showing off quality. Oh, it does look so good, man. It does look so good. All of these. I don't know what that is. Old Neil. Don't know what that is. Something about Azek, I think. Aldership. Leonard beating the shit out of the kidnappers. Don't know. Topaz Pendant. Don't know. Dunn's pipe. Old Neil. Azek's thing. Aldership. City of Silver, I would assume. A lot of lightning. Don't know. Wait, these are... Okay, a couple of these are repeated. I'm assuming... By the way, I sent a new story card from a story I sent before, but you missed it. Oh, thanks, Plague. I'll check it out. I'm assuming this is Ince's room. This is really cool. Nobody wants to talk to him about Lord of the Mysteries. That's Klein, of course. Oh, Ray Bieber. Oh, okay. True. This looks adorable. Oh my god. If I could somehow cut her out of this, I would love to have this as an emote on the Discord. Oh my god, that's so cute. This is so adorable too. With Susie in the back. This is adorable. Oh my god, these are so good. Daily or Miss Messenger? If I had to pick, I will then go with Miss Messenger. This is so cute. Oh my god. Klein and Melissa cooking. Audrey eating cake with Susie. Daly and Don eating cake and having tea. Forrest and Gio cooking. Gio cooking. Forrest. Actually, neither of them know how to cook, clearly. This is so cute. This is an adorable username. That is so good. This is also really cool. Back when I was young and in contact with K-pop fandoms, I saw nicknames so abhorrent that the ones you come up with sound pure in comparison. Lord, 2 days, not even, boys. We're sub 36 hours now. We're like 34 hours away. Let's fucking get it. Jean Mingru. Working, dying, getting food, not bread, eating ice cream, sitting with his cat, petting his cat, reading. He's angry. Man, I love Chibi-Are. I find them so adorably cute. I don't know. It tickles like a very like childish part of my brain, but I love Chibi-Are. I find them adorable. Leonard and Klein walking away. Don't worry, King. You're gonna meet him soon, okay? You're gonna meet him soon, my king. I promise. Lord of TLOTM, you bitch. She needs it. Wait, who needs it? What? But this is adorably cute. Oh my god. This looks really good too. I'm so curious, why does Klein have golden eyes in so many places? So in so much art, even the ones you guys sent, he'll occasionally have like golden eyes, which is so weird to me. Like here. Is it just like because of the pendant or something? What is this? I do not believe I need to introduce myself. There's no need. I have a deep impression of you. Wait, Klein is so much shorter than Leonard. What the fuck? Because it looked cool. The hair thing. Oh, I see. Oh, the actor. Okay, the VA. Okay, we can check that out. We can check that out. Leonard. Thank you. This is very cute. Who is this? Is this S.I. Is it this one? Oh, it's this guy. This is so cute. This is adorable. This is really good too. This is really good too. Don't look at their art though. Okay, yeah, no worries. I figured. Because spoilers. Yeah, no, I figured. No worries. This is really good too. Holy shit. Okay, someone said they sent a couple more things. Wait, what? Was it above? Oh, this one plagued. The deity's anchor. Loads of art every day for the Donghua. I see. This is really good too. Roselle on the verge of losing control. Kind of holding 2 fingers for 2 days left. Yeah, I figured. Okay, dope. Alright, oh, okay, perfect. You guys created a Minecraft thing. Okay, dope. We can do that. Oh, alright. I assume Ramiro did that or someone. I don't know. Or yeah, Ramiro or yeah, Devil wouldn't do that. Thanks, Ram, for doing that. Alright, guys, I think we're gonna leave it there. I will hopefully see you guys in a couple hours when Easy and I have our chat. In like 2 hours or so. That's it. And then yeah, we'll call it there. Thanks, everyone. Oh fuck, yes, the VA. Oh yes, the VA interview. Yes. Okay, let's watch that really quickly before we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. Well, let's just do that really quickly. Username has been sending me so much stuff, it's hard to literally keep up with everything. But I think with this, I'm caught up to everything Username has sent.
我可以吗？真可以吗？在开录的前1-2天就开始持续的。
Recording happens, I tend to have constant insomnia. Jesus Christ. Will there be another stream in 10 hours? My instinct is probably no, Dr. Z, because I didn't sleep well last night, so I would probably go to sleep a little early.
失眠，在观影室也好，电脑
It's
之前
loud. Yeah, I wanted to make it loud enough that you guys could hear.
也好，
And
都
turn
有
it down
不
a
断的
little.
练习，我会赞美观众。
Bye, Ram. All right, well, I'll see you later, buddy. Wait, that was so quick. Hold on. Okay. Dubbing work for Lord of the Mysteries? That is crazy. It won't let me pause fast enough. This is insane. I was up till 5, yeah. Okay, Donghua, The King's Avatar Season 2, A Will 2, that's what I assume he's probably used before. K-Series, Eternal Skill Issue, Actual Ankh, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. Oh, so that's just his previous acting experience. Mr. J will instruct Mr. Yang how to record his tone and emotion.
怎么那么刻意的一个，太表面了
He's。so desperate.
OK，先回家吧。
最后那个结尾啊，别太
Don't
素
make
了
the，ending so
每个字都特别雕琢一下。
each way.
Blooding last to Ilanan. Blooding last to Ilanan. Oh, we are Mana Booty.
好 ，OK。
大家好，我是配音演员杨凯奇，在《诡秘之主》里面饰演克莱恩，你们可以称呼我为愚
Call
者。
me a fool. Oh, cute.
不好意思的。
There are 3 tarot cards in front of Mr. Kai. Each one is a question. Randomly draw one and answer.
接到
The subs back down.
诡秘之主克莱恩这种高人气角色，第一反应是担忧。
What's your process? Can you share your true feelings when you took on this job? What was your first reaction? Worried or excitement when you got such a high
还
profile
是兴
role
奋
as？
可以
Klein?
分享一下接下配音任务的真实心路历程吗？试音的时候我就已经很激动和忐忑了，到后来有一天铁大告诉我，哎，定我啊，好，我就尽力准备一下吧。在开录的前1-2天就开始持续的失眠。哦，我们
Dude, that has gotta suck like no tomorrow. You're telling me he doesn't sleep for the past day or two before recording? Holy shit.
诡秘之主播出之后一定
How will you respond to everyone's reaction? What will be everyone's reaction? If it's not good, then people criticize. If it is,
会
it will
收
be
到大家
praised.
的
Yeah, what?
关注。
I don't even get the
如果看
point
到
of this question. What does this
夸的
mean?
评价会有什么反应？看到不太好的评价，我又会怎么回应呢？首先，感谢大家的认可，我会赞美观众。看到不太好的评价，我会很真诚地接受大家的批评和建议，我也会化身冠举世之
I'll
主。
become the Lord of Bathrooms. True. Still think that, dude, the artist for the manhwa has it actually the worst. That's in 17 hours a day. Dude, he's watching simultaneously the donghua get so much money and publicizing and teams and all, and he's just stuck in a fucking basement just drawing for 17 hours a day. Kill me.
去
Oh
冠军世
my
反思克莱
god.
恩，谢谢大家的理解和支持以及批
For
评
your。support and
还记得第一次配克
What
莱
was it
恩
like when you
真
accepted
实
the
的
role
经
the
历和
first
感
time you
受吗？
I assume played? Yeah, played. Klein and experience.
第一天的时
the
候，
expensive
感觉每一句
feelings.
话都要停下来调整呀。因为他有3个
Because
身
he
份
has
不停的
three
在转换，
personalities
这
that
是
he
我
keeps
之前
switching
录音
between as compared to previous recording processes. This is a problem I've
音
never
的过程
encountered
当中没有
before.
遇到过的问题，尤其是灰雾之上组主宰的时候，会非常的没有底，因为我本身声音就
True. What are the 3 personalities? Oh, because he's himself, Klein Moretti, the fool. I see.
很难
Dude, even the 4 dots on the hand, that's like really small, but like I'm so
沉到
glad
那个
they
阶
got
段
it because
你们可以称呼
you
我
could address me as
愚者。
the fool.
基本上2-3句就要重复调整，后面还重新反录了第一天的第一集。
I recorded. Are there any scenes that left a deep impression on you that you kept repeating?
就是那句话，你们可以称呼我为愚者，没有那种轻松的装到的
Isn't
感觉
there。that feeling of being effortlessness? Did you find that?
在观影室也好，在电脑之前也好，都有不断的练习，因为第一天发挥的这么不好。
在听到我们的问题之后，抽取觉得最能代表自己内心反应的表情包。当杰大告诉你你要
You
配
told you were the one
诡
to
秘之
voice
主男主
Klein,
克莱
or
恩的时候，你的反应是
啊，因为这个 IP 实在是很有重量级。
预测一下动
What will be your
画播
reaction if
出
the
后
donghua
你会有哪
airs?
些反应？
暗中观察，
How observing secretly.
播出之后，
After the dongle hears how we respond to fan comments. Love when people care so much. I know.
我肯定是认识。
So like I found this with all the interviews that I've seen. They all feel like they care. And that's hard to fake even on camera, when the truth of the matter is, even if they didn't, they would fake it. That's the truth of the matter. Because, you know, they're getting paid a lot of money. You're pretending like, holy fuck, like this is really important to me, right? But it doesn't feel like, but actual care is easy to recognize. You see and you're like, no, like that person genuinely cares. And it feels like all of them care. Whether some of them are saying it like happily, like he's so gleeful, he's like, yeah, like although I'm nervous, like I'm really excited. And then like the writers in particular were like, they were both kind of much more solemn, quieter personalities. And they were like, yes, the writing process has been hell on earth. We've been writing the script 7 times, 8 times an episode. We're revising it constantly. Our lives have been miserable. I haven't seen my wife and children in weeks. Like they're kind of miserable, but even so, they show an immense amount of care. They're like, yes, we've been conversing with Cuttlefish after every episode finishes. We ensure that his vision comes out accurately. Like they're depressed and sad or whatever the fuck, or maybe they're just quieter personalities. But it's obvious that they care. He's like a much more gleeful, cheery person, partially probably because he's a VA, so like that's kind of what he needs to be. But like when he's coming off, you can tell like he was like you know, I don't sleep for the last 2 or 3 days when there's a recording, because I'm like because I'm so anxious and like I have insomnia and all. Like it's obvious that everyone on the project cares, which is really, really, really important, because that does show up, dude. In some like immaterial, impossible to quantify sort of way, it's there. You can tell. You can tell when a piece of art or a piece of media has had love and like care put into it, and you can also see when it has a lot of money thrown into it but no passion. You can feel those two things. I don't know how to quantify it or say like, oh well, it's good because of X or it's bad because of Y. I just know like I can tell when a thing has been made because people are really passionate about it, and when a thing was made just because, well, it's a money grabber, right? Like that's just the truth.
然后全部收到，我一定会认真听大家的。
So like, okay, it's like if it's good, then I'm gonna accept it, you know, I assume respectfully, and if it's bad, I'm gonna accept it with duty and listen to your feedback.
反馈，好好的去琢磨。
Hope Crunchyroll doesn't push the Japanese dub like normal as they do with 2BHX. I don't really mind that as much, Plague, to be honest, because the truth of the matter is most people who watch animation or anime or anything are much more comfortable with the Japanese dub. Is that fair? Probably not, no. But they're just much more comfortable with it because almost all animation that has come out, basically for as long as anime has been a medium, has been Japanese. So it would make sense for them to push it because more people would be familiar with it. Does that mean the Chinese one isn't important? No, of course not. I'm going to, for example, watch it in 3 dubs. I won't watch all of them. I don't have that in me. But I will watch the Japanese, the Chinese, and the English. I think those 3 are the most important to me. If I was into it, I would love to watch the German one, but I know I'm not going to be able to, so I'm not going to make that promise.
在之前的配音过程当中，我还有什么做的不到位的地方？
诡秘之主的动画播出后，你想对屏幕前
Do you
的
want to say? Do you have anything you want to say to the curly-haired baboons watching?
舔毛
Fuck you
狒狒们
guys.
说什么？
用一句窥秘人这条途径的格言
Kodomodo
吧
from the：
为
Mystery
所
School. Do as you wish, but do no
欲
harm.
为，但勿伤害。
Old Neil, my go. Thank you, username, for subbing that for us. Love you, dude. If you guys aren't subscribed to username, please pop by and subscribe. Despite how you feel about him personally, he does a lot of good for the community. Love that dude. All right, guys. We're gonna leave it there. I hope I'll see you guys in like 2 hours for the chat with Easy and me. It'll be in the Discord. Easy is probably gonna be streaming it as well, though. So you know, all right. So I hope I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.